We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, whoa! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Kick and Twitch and everywhere else in the world, but especially SideScrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday to ya. Man, we got a banger for you guys today. I'm glad you're with us today. And as always, joining us on this wonderful Tuesday, straight from the jungles of Guam, Blabs.
I'm in the jungle now. So anyway, hello. Happy Tuesday.
You don't listen. These are things you tell me and I bring publicly. I know that you will have a tiny little hut in the middle of Guam.
Am I a hobbit?
No, in Guam, it's the exact opposite of hobbits. There are no hobbits in Guam.
What, they're just really tall?
Well, no, I mean, you're tiny.
I am the tallest, shortest.
In Guam, you are the giant, Blabs.
Yes.
All 5'4" of you.
Yes, under 5'4". I'm stuck in that between the 3 and the 4.
Oh.
Maybe one day I'll get a growth spurt and just.
Would that be amazing if one day you just, like over the course of 6 months, you just had your late growth spurt and you,
Right?
you ended up being
Overnight, just
6'2"
shoot up like a tree.
Man, that'd be weird. But you still
Like,
do tiny.
hey, everybody.
You're really tall, but you got your tiny arms. You
What
know,
am I, like a T-Rex? I got a big
Yeah.
head and small arms. Like Meet the Robinsons.
I like that. I like that idea. That'd be funny if we can use AI to generate Blabs. Just make her torso
Really
really long.
disproportionate, guys.
Yeah, really disproportionate. That'd be great. Joining us today, someone who is totally proportionate in VTuber form. It's Leaflit. Hi, how are you?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Good morning to you. How are you?
I didn't know you were in the jungles. That's crazy.
The jungles of Guam. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's amazing they have internet out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elon Musk hooked me up, I guess.
Okay.
That Starlink shit.
Starlink is it's a good idea. Good idea, but I'll tell you what, it
Doesn't work very well.
In my experience, it didn't work very well. But apparently a lot of people really enjoy it. So, whatever. Apparently you can't use it on the beach on a clear day with no clouds in the sky, which really defeats the purpose of using Starlink. But either way, glad everybody's with us today. We have a big show lined up. I took a glance at today in gaming history today, and I'm going to tell you right now, Blabs, if you did not include 1 or 2 or 3 of these games, straight up into Alligator Alcatraz in Florida, it's ridiculous. Have y'all seen that? The Alligator Alcatraz?
I've seen the memes.
I just saw that yesterday.
Oh my gosh, Blabs. They built like an entire pseudo prison in Florida in 8 days, and it's surrounded by alligators.
That I've kind of seen, but I've seen the memes and stuff, and it's wild. I just really like the alligator memes with them wearing little MAGA hats and they're all dancing and stuff.
It's so funny. I
feel like people have too much time on their hands, but at the same time, they're pretty funny memes.
They did this in 8 days. 8 stinking days. Listen, this is human ingenuity. They said they could have done it in 72 hours, but they built this thing in 8 days. It's just on, can you imagine the amount of dead alligators that are underneath the bottom there? They just straight up went over all the alligators, covered them up. There you go. Look at that guy. Oh, that's in Texas right there. Yeah, so there we go. We got Alligator Alley, or Alligator Alcatraz here, which
I think it's a bit disappointing.
Why is that?
I was expecting a moat with the alligators in it. Not like a natural. Wait, is that what it looks like?
That's what it is.
It is a moat, almost.
Wait, okay, you know what? I stand corrected.
That's
I'm
pretty
sorry
awesome,
for
right?
doubting them.
I mean, look at this. They have an airstrip where they can fly in the bad people. They got a moat with alligators. I mean, you can see.
Okay, it's real.
Are these alligators that you see? Or is this AI generated? I mean, there's
Is
no way this
photo
thing-
even real?
There's no way there's like alligators
Yes.
just hanging out around here.
Is this photo real? Because also that's like a lot of alligators in one area. I feel like they would start fighting.
I don't know. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Okay, people say it's AI generated. If that's
Yeah.
AI, hey,
I was gonna say this can't be real.
like
And also the fact that you said it was put up in 8 days. Like, there's no way that stuff could all be done in 8 days. This is America. Everything takes forever to be built.
well, no, they did do it in 8 days. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, but what does it look like? Is it like some U-Haul boxes? Like what?
just a bunch of
Storage bins as offices. Like what are we talking here?
Well, let me see if I can find a picture of Alligator Alcatraz here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was an abandoned Florida airport. That's what, hey, courtesy of the BBC, Blabs, which means
the British Broadcasting Corporation.
That's right. Here we go. Oh, they updated their terms and policy. Here we go. Yeah, this is an old Florida look. So the airstrip was there, right there. Oh, the advocate weighs in on environmental impact.
International Big Mama Day.
Okay, sounds good.
I love his T-shirt.
There we go. Check that out right there. Alligator Alcatraz. Boom.
Okay,
right there.
so yeah, it wasn't all built in 8 days because it was already pre-existing.
Well, yeah, Blast, but that's the point. You know, it's good on them for building a place that holds criminals and stuff.
I just really like the name Alligator Alcatraz. That's hilarious.
Yeah, pretty baller. Have you ever, Leaflit, you ever been to Alcatraz, like the one in San Francisco, done a tour or anything like that?
I've seen it.
Leaflit?
I've been like past it, like on a boat.
Oh yeah.
I've never actually been down on it. But to what you said earlier, there actually are a lot of alligators in Florida. I remember like I went there as a kid and we were driving and there was just alligators like in like the little rain ditches. And I was like, there's just alligators just like in there? Like people just drive by them all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you just kind of see them on the side of the road and you go, oh, that thing could kill me. That's good. Oh, there it is right there. It's like, driving by in Texas, you see these longhorns that are just hanging out, big old stuff. It's just the way it is. And nobody really bats an eye. Look, at the end of the day, these things, they don't want to hurt you, right? They're just as scared of you as you are of them. So, at least that's what I tell my kids.
Yeah, except when they're really hungry and you're like, ooh, food.
Look at Blabs still scared of the alligators.
Oh no, fuck them. They're like dinosaurs, bro.
What?
Fuck them.
Okay.
Nuke them all. First of all, they're overpopulated anyway, to the fact they're becoming a problem. So it's like, we should have alligator season hunting. You know what I'm saying? You know how great that would be for like boats and belts and everything? Instead of doing the stupid faux leather and the vegan bullshit for boots and leather and bags, we use the resources we already have. And because it's overpopulating, 2 birds, 1 stone. You know what I'm saying? Save the earth.
I like your strategy there, Blabs. Save the earth, she says. That's right. All right. Well, look, we have a big show lined up for you guys. We have New York City's latest artwork. We have Blabs and I had a really interesting conversation this morning about the Jaguar rebrand and the public perception of it, and it may or may not be what it seems. We have a Star Wars property getting greenlit. We have a new Cat in the Hat movie. We're going to be talking about Elio. That is the main theme of today, that it's been gay coded, which we'll get into that here a little bit later, or at least it originally was. Nintendo is being sued, and Stop Killing Games has picked up some serious momentum over the last little bit. And Leaflit, I don't know if you saw this, but there is a Major League Baseball team that is going to be hosting VTuber night soon.
Really?
Yes.
Is it the Dodgers?
It is the Dodgers. Yes. So, what are you giggling? What are you giggling about?
Oh, no, it's because I think the Dodgers are pretty popular in Japan, so that's probably why. Yeah.
Okay.
Baseball is big over there, which is kind of
It is.
surprising, to be honest. I didn't think they would really be big baseball fans.
Baseball's huge.
Yeah.
In Japan. Yeah, massive.
Yeah, I did not know that really until you go there and there's stadiums and lots of stuff, and they're like, "Well, baseball." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool."
Well, look, yeah, we'll get to that here in just a little bit. Sneeko had an interesting statement, actually, which you don't have to agree with everything Sneeko does, right? And I'm going to go on record and say that I don't agree with everything that everybody does, Just gonna throw it out. I know it's a wild statement. I know, but if we can bring it back to baseball for a minute, right? If somebody bats like 300 in baseball, that's a pretty good batting average, right? If somebody bats in life like 65%, that's still pretty good. No one's gonna bat 100% all the time. But what I'm saying is that sometime the broken clock is right twice a day. And
The broken cuck clock. Let's get it right, Butsniko.
Well, I'm just saying, like there are some things that you look at and you go, okay,
Even
well, that
a
makes
cuck
sense.
is right twice a day.
Listen, you don't have to agree with everything, but I think it's important to recognize when people get things right. And I think, Blabs, you're probably going to agree with this one as well.
No, I've seen it, and I like it's insane, the whole video, but it's Nico after all.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. And also, a YouTuber is dead over $50. We'll get to that here in a little bit as well. So lots going on today. Glad you're with us. We have so much stuff happening. I don't know if you know this. We broke the news to you guys yesterday that this Thursday will be our last show for a week because we're going on summer break. There we go. We got summer break starting July 4th through the 11th, and we're going to be returning the 14th. So mark it on your calendars. I think I was talking to Blabs about this. I think I'm going to make like a big calendar invite for you guys so you can get notified on your phone whenever we go live. I think that'd be a good thing to do. I'm going to try that out. So anyways, Thursday will be our last show, and we have something special planned for you guys, announcing right now for the first time ever. Blabs and I have worked through this idea, and it's going to be spectacular. This Thursday, for the first time ever, Side Scrollers Super Sexy Summer Subathon. That's right. It's going to be excellent. So make sure you guys show up. It's going to be all day throughout the workday. Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Time. Make sure you guys are here for Side Scrollers Super Sexy Summer Subathon. Can't wait for that, can you, Blabs?
And pay no mind to the mustache on the stripper.
Shut up, Blabs. You're not supposed to say that.
I mean, I'm late just saying. I'm just teasing.
You're not supposed to tell him about the mustache on the stripper. Don't tell him about that.
It has everything to do with yesterday's show about the mustache with Ike.
Yeah. That's right. Anyway, so yes, so join us on Thursday of our last show for a week. We always take 2 breaks a year, one during the summer and then one during the winter holiday. So it gives us a chance to recharge and come back with a vengeance, which is great. So look forward to that. Also coming up today on Side Scrollers Plus, we have Blabs versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo. I encourage you guys to get in on that today at 2:00 Central Time. That will be in just about 3 hours from now, premiering live over there. So
That's a good game.
Well, I think so. You think so? One of us is not like the others. I'll say that. Also,
could it be?
Yes. Tomorrow we have a live stream with Wicked Virtue over on Side Scrollers Plus. If you guys haven't joined us over there, make sure you guys join us tomorrow, where she's going to be doing a live Q&A tomorrow. There's Blabs and Wicked at Bucky's of all places.
Make sure you pay attention to the pulled pork sandwich. I'm specifically holding the label.
Okay, well, then now we know. Thank you, Blabs. Anyways, you can go over and you can click the link to add something for a Q&A for Wicked. You guys want to hop over there? All of our Plus members, you can join us and have a great time with all that. So, but most importantly, make sure you guys join us Thursday for our final show for a week as we go off with a bang with the Super Sexy Summer Subathon. Try to say that like 3 times, Blabs, really fast. Go.
Super sexy subathon, super sexy subathon, super sexy.
No. You got to say Side Scrollers on the front of it.
Super sexy side scroller subathon. Is that better? Or side scroller super sexy?
There you go.
There's a lot of alliteration here going on.
That's the idea.
Super sexy subathon, side scroller super sexy cyber truck. I don't know.
See, not that easy. There you go. All right. Let's get into this. We always like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. So, Blabs, please fill us in. I'm not going to play the game because Leaflit. Do you want to
play the game, Craig?
Do you want to play the game?
What's the game again?
The game where Blabs gets to pick the games, or we get to pick the games that we think Blabs is going to play or choose for Today in Gaming History, and then we laugh at her.
Sure, if you'd like to.
Okay. My picks today. Duke Nukem for the PC right here.
That's huge. Yeah.
The Neo Geo, released 34 years ago in Japan, That's kind of a big one as well. Streets of Rage for the Genesis. Star Fox 64.
You totally just skipped over Hercules like it
It's
was
gotta
nothing.
be that one.
Yes, she definitely put Star Fox on for sure. Oh my gosh, so many games today. Dino
Yeah, like
Crisis for the
Hercules.
PlayStation. All right, please, for the love of God, throw it out there, Blabs. What do we have? And
Okay.
if Hercules, okay, thank God, thank God. I was gonna say if Hercules is on there, you're out.
I was gonna do it if it was Flash for Monday, but because Flash is not here, so I didn't do it. Duke Nukem was released in 1991. Streets of Rage 3 was released in 1994, and Star Fox 64 was released in 1997. Ta-ta!
You did good today, Blabs. Although the Neo Geo is definitely more noticeable than Streets of Rage 3. Rage 3 was fine, but the Neo Geo had a bigger impact overall. So I would say you got like a B+ today.
I would have preferred an F. I like it when I do terribly.
Well, you can control that, just so you know. You just pick
Yeah,
really
I
bad
could
games.
have put the Hercules in there, but then I decided not to.
You did good today, Blabs. Good job. Excellent.
Thanks.
All right. Awesome. Also awesome is Mercenary. Says, good morning, everyone. Blabs is fired. No. She can stick around another day, which is good. Thank you, Mercenary. Armis came in and says, I didn't sleep. My 13-year-old dog went full opera all night. I'd sooner drop kick a human than scold him, but that cold water bucket is looking mighty persuasive. Anyways, wonderful seeing Leaflit again. Hey, Blabs. Thanks, Armis.
Hi. Not hi to Craig, though, obviously.
No. Wait, so Leaflet, am I understanding this correctly? Is Armis going to throw a bucket of cold water on his 13-year-old dog?
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Did I feel like
I'm more interested in the dog singing opera at night.
I'm assuming perhaps either the dog was hearing things or a little senile. That's what happens with the old dogs. They start barking, they get up at night, they wander.
Mm-hmm. This is true. This is something that happens with Bowser. Bowser's
Yep.
14 going on 15. He's
Happened to my dog, too. She
old
went
dog,
really
man.
senile at night.
Yeah, he gets a little crazy.
Take care of your doggy, Aramis.
Cthulhu says, "Hey Leaflet, last time you were on, you casually not dropped FGO, and it filled my heart with joy. I was wondering if you're still playing it, and if so, who is your favorite character? Mine is Mordred. She's the best girl.
She's probably my favorite actual FGO character. I don't play anymore. It's an expensive game. One time I in a fit of depression, I spent $600 and didn't even get my waifu.
You spent $600?
Yeah, it was like my birthday, like a long time ago. This is back when I didn't have any money either.
Wow.
And I wanted to feel good, so I wanted to get the waifu character,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't get her after $600. This is back before pity, so this is like this is old school gacha gaming, no mercy, right? Like everyone has it nice nowadays, but
What is the? I don't quite understand the gacha gaming thing. I know it's massive, like huge,
Mhm.
but it's more or less just gambling, right? It's legalized gambling for kids.
It's kind of like opening packs, like for like a card game, like Pokemon cards or
Sure.
something, Magic the Gathering. It's just
Uh-huh.
kind of like that, but it's digital.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
like it's the same concept. Is like you get a pack of 10, you get like the characters, and if you get good ones, you can tell your friends, "Hey, look what I got."
Okay.
You can look cool, right?
Right.
That's kind of the whole thing behind it.
So what you're saying is that there's an opportunity for us to get into this gacha gaming space, and we just make like little
It's
internet cards or something
I mean,
like
if
that.
you look at just gaming in general,
Mm-hmm.
that's why a lot of the money is in gacha games. They make a lot more money comparatively to like traditional games, I suppose. That's why everyone's doing it.
Yeah. Well, I had a buddy who actually started with physical cards. He started a thing called the Collective, and the whole idea behind it was that obviously these are collectible things, but you physically own them, and the idea of pulling these cards. There's an entire genre of people that live and die by pulling these cards, like physical cards, getting a new Topps NBA trading card set, and then going in and opening them on stream, and then it's really what's that?
I do that.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your what type of sport?
What's my poison?
Yeah, what's your poison?
One Piece.
Okay, they have cards for One Piece.
It's a card game. It's like an actual like, competitive like card game. It's actually like big enough that there are stores dedicated only to that game.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So do you do this like on stream? Do you watch people undo cards and then you like, because the way they would do it was they would auction off cards, auction off certain pulls, I guess.
Mhm.
And they would say, you know, this person contributed this much, they get this card out of this pack or whatever it may be, whatever, you know, and they invest in high value packs in hopes of getting high value cards out of them, I guess.
I can see that, especially with Pokemon. Pokemon has like an entire investing culture around it.
Mhm.
And this is why I'm sure have you seen like the videos of like grown men punching each other over Pokemon cards at Costco?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It gets crazy. I actually experienced like for my first time. I went over to like a Target, or this also happens at Walmart, and then like you have to fall in line like as they're restocking it, and you're only allowed to get like a couple, luckily. But it is interesting to see like a bunch of grown adults in line snatching up all the Pokemon stuff, and then the kids get nothing because there's
Right.
those kids in line too. They didn't
Just
get anything.
Poor kid over there is going, me, no, please, I'm over here. Well, that's such an interesting subculture that I see from afar. I know that like Tectone used to do the gacha games, and he was like the gacha king for a while. He'd spend all his money on his stream, and people were totally into it. And there is some allure to watching people spend money. That's why you see these major, like you go to Kick and you find people just gambling. Like
Mhm.
that's literally what they do. They gamble, and people contribute to their gambling with you know, subscriptions and things like that. So
Mhm.
what a bizarre thing. But yeah, people are into their things. Hey, give it up for Mobius and Dopto, who became Plus members over at sidescrollersplus.com. Thank you guys very much.
Why did you say it in the most like James Bond like Asian
Dopto.
voice ever?
Asian?
Dopto.
Oh, that's trying to sound it out. Steven says that picture doesn't look real. Doesn't look real to you, but it's real to me. Dang it! Thank you. That's a nice little wrestling reference right there. Wiz says, "Don't doubt us, Floridians. Leaflit, we're effing nuts, or we're nucking futs." Thank you. Reese says, "I have 6 words for you." Yes, 6 words being the wonderful side stroller, super sexy summer subathon. Is that 6 words? Just throwing it out there. Mercenary says, Leaflit as is required of guests. Tell Blabs she's fired. It's a rite of passage. You don't need
I
You don't
wouldn't say that to Blabs.
You don't need to do that.
Thanks. Also, only Mercenary says it's a rites of passage, and every guest has to say it.
Give it up for the Iron Tiger who cheered us over on Twitch. How great is that? That's wonderful. Love to see everybody over on Twitch. Orthodox Monk says, of course it's the Dodgers with their star player Shohei Ohtani, a Japanese player. Konami gave him a one-of-a-kind Yu-Gi-Oh card of his dog. Wow. Decopin/decoy in a Dodgers uniform in the art. Interesting. Wow. Thank you, Orthodox Monk. That makes a lot of sense. CG Hero says, did you hear Nintendo is going to raise their prices on most hardware and software in Canada starting August? Wow. Also, Monster Hunter Wilds on PC is still broken 3 months after launch. No, I did not hear that they're raising prices over.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Fucking Canada.
Pull it up.
Yeah, I have it right here, but I did not get to read this. This is from IGN. Remove ad. Looks like Nintendo will rise its prices in Canada, but for Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch Online subscription rather than Switch 2. Putting the fans in states of confusion. Tabarnak! Anyway.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, good for them, I guess.
Shout out.
Represent Canada.
On Canada Day, too, no less.
On Canada Day, they
it's
dropped.
literally Canada Day today.
Oh, what's that?
It's like, their 4th of July without the independency because they still have a king.
Okay.
It's just their Canada Day.
Okay.
Let them have something.
Yes. You know what they won't let them have? Bank accounts. That's what they won't let them have over there.
And like good medical facilities. It's fine.
Truckers.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, sorry, that whole trucker thing during COVID drove me crazy. Dr.
Hey
T
man,
King
they
says
do have maple syrup though.
it's mid. The Florida alligator was endangered in the 1970s in Florida. The Florida gator is no longer endangered, as other Florida native animals have been bouncing back. Let's go, America. Marmalin says Meg is still fired from the Sonic sandwich. That is still an abomination. Why are you guys calling her Meg? I don't understand this. Where did that come from, Blabs?
Why are they calling me Meg?
Yeah.
That happened like last Monday with the failed gaming history because you guys didn't like that I didn't add like Mario 64 or whatever, and I had the Nintendo 64, and everyone's like, just call her Meg.
I know, but why? What like?
I don't know. I think it's like the Family Guy, like shut up, Meg. Okay. I think.
Okay. RD2 Live is a brand new Plus member. Love to see that. Thank you very much. That's outstanding. Modest came in and says, "Hey, bada bing, bada bing fans. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna watch while you're gone, Craig? Craig, I don't know. I don't know what you do while I'm gone for the weekend, fans. Wait for you to come back. Arrivederci, mi amicis. Hey, thank you, Modest. Appreciate that. Yeah, buddy, we'll be back. We just need to take a breath, which is good. All right, cool. We see all your super chats, direct donations, and Rumble rants, including Tenarians, who says, I can't watch today. I'm done. I'm doing work that needs my undivided attention. I'll be looking forward to getting home and hearing how Leaflit feels about eating puffins. My guess is that she's enough of a prepper and Asian to be okay with it.
Sounds delicious.
You like puffins?
I eat it, yeah.
Would you? Okay.
I eat like almost anything.
What's the weirdest?
I had whale
thing you've
before.
had? Oh, you had whale?
I had whale before. It was not good. I was really excited to have it. My mom took me to the best whale restaurant, apparently. One of the best. It was not good. I was not impressed.
Gonna be honest. Didn't know that there were whale restaurants, let alone the best whale restaurant.
Where's the best
Japan.
whale?
Japan, yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you exactly what it tastes like. It's like eating beef with the aftertaste of canned tuna.
Okay.
It's vile.
So
it is fishy.
That's interesting because we were actually talking about this not too long ago, where when I was in Greenland, I went on a trip to Greenland, and when I was in there, we actually had seal meat, and the way you described eating whale, kind of similar, right? It's like the way I described eating seal was like if you were to have a pot roast and you were to put it in, the traditional pot luck or whatever it is that you call it, and you left it in there for like way too long, where it was kind of like dry and stringy and tasted burnt and gross. That's what seal tasted like. And maybe they just prepared it too long by putting it in a pot and just kind of kept it in there too long. But you know how when something's like super dry and gross and stringy and you try to put gravy and stuff on it to kind of counter it, that's what it was like. So.
Did it have the fishy aftertaste?
So I'm not a big fish guy personally. So I wouldn't say that it had a big fish. I would just say it tasted kind of like sour, if that makes sense. After you eat the meat and the aftertaste kind of has a sour taste to it, if that makes sense. I don't know. It was
like
not good.
For a whale. It was just like canned tuna. Like aftertaste. And like I had it like and it's not even like a case of people can say, oh, like you just didn't have good whale. Again, I had it at two different places. One of them being one of the best restaurants, highly rated restaurant. And I had it fried, had it sashimi, had it grilled, had it every possible way that you could have it. And I wasn't a fan.
When I was in Japan, I went to a place that served horse. And I remember having some of that. And I was like, oh, that was also very stringy and not very good. So
I've had that too. Horse.
Yeah. Having a little horse.
Better than whale.
This is true. Yes. Man, we should, we've been talking about going to Japan for like 2 years. And maybe I'll just leave Blabs back because she already went to Japan last year. So maybe Leaflit, you want to go to Japan with me? We'll do some shows while we're there.
I'll see if I might end up going there. I have family there and stuff, but like it's been a while. It's been a while since I've gone there. Let me know if you need any help.
Can you speak Japanese?
No, not really. Not that well. No, I can understand it like a little bit. Like.
Total side note, did you see how upset Blabs got when I said to leave her behind? Just the face.
Yeah, dick.
Just the look on her face. She was like,
I want to go back.
All right. Yes, I too would like to go back. All right.
That's over there.
We do see all your super chats, direct donations, and Rumble rants. Before we move on to hard news today, I did want to point out the wondrous job that the Cynical Crusader did. Yesterday during our show, we talked about the Money Please clip that was played, and we were talking about Dark Side Phil. Now, Leaflit, are you familiar with Dark Side Phil?
Vaguely.
Okay.
I'm not super into like the internet lore, at least as far as like streamers, but I've heard that there are I've heard stories.
He is unique, right? And that he is, you know, he's gonna live all of us and stuff. And anyways, we were talking about us being away, and Yellow Flash mentioned that we're gonna miss Phil's like begathon or something. I don't know what they're calling it, but it brought up the Parks and Recreation clip where she goes, "Money, please." Are you familiar with that clip?
I am, yeah, I am.
Yeah. Well, give it up for the Cynical Crusader who came in and actually created this using AI. Blabs, did you see this?
Yeah, because he sent it to us when we were live on the show on Monday.
Oh, okay. I did not see this. There's Blabs right there. There's Phil.
Money, please.
Oh no.
There's me.
Money, please.
Oh no. There's no money.
Money, please. Money, please.
Ben, give her some money. It's easier.
So, anyways,
I think the next thing would be in this like process of the meme is alter the voices to sound like our respective voices, and then put Leaflit as the other chick who wasn't changed.
oh yeah, yeah, that'd be great. Let's put. There you go, cynical. There you go, cynical Crusader. You have your marching duties here. Make this Leaflit right here over on the left side, and then it will be complete. But yeah, great stuff right there. Thank you very much for your support. All right, let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news. Hard news. All right. Now, listen, if you recall, not too long ago, Leaflit, we had some art that was just plopped down in the middle of Times Square. Do you recall the wonderful art that we saw that really broke the internet when it was popped out? Do you remember what that was, Leaflit?
Is it a statue or is it something else?
That's right. It was the 12-foot bronze statue right here. There it is. Just popped down right in the middle of Times Square, and it got everybody buzzing, and people were really excited about that. What were your thoughts when you saw that big old bronze statue?
My thoughts right now are there's an Infinity Nikki ad in the background. it's quite a
the ad.
Quite a position, you know.
Oh, like, there it is. Yes. There actually is tremendous contrast between the two. That's actually a really good point. That's wonderful. Well, Leaflit, look, I know you've been waiting with bated breath, but New York has a new piece of art, which has made its way to it also. Now that bronze statue was 12 foot tall. This is now 10 foot tall. And I just want to give you the rundown of what this is. Then I want to slowly scroll down. New York has erected a 10-foot tall pink foot fountain that can squirt water out the tip. This sculpture was created by Argentine artist Mika Rottenberg. New Yorkers can squirt people by activating the pedals across from the sculpture. The structure is a, quote, irreverent take on the tradition of classical fountains that are commonly plopped in the middle of squares or gardens in gardens, and they're water forever self-contained. You ready for this?
You see, I'm hearing this, and my mind is, you know, am I just too internet brain that I immediately am thinking of something degenerate that they would do here? Please don't prove me right.
Well, there it is, Leaflet. There it is.
How about those tongues on that foot?
Yeah, let's take a look at it real quick. Here we go. There it is with all of its squirting glory out the top. It does have tongue sticking out of the quote unquote foot here. And yes, you can get a little
Power it.
exercise right there. So Leaflit, initial thoughts at the old man getting the infected foot and or pee statue. I don't know your thoughts on that.
Looks like a demon you would fight in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong on that. Blabs, would you go use that statue possibly?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh,
Ew.
okay.
You know, I'm trying to find. Okay, Leaflet, have you ever watched Demon Slayer?
I have, yes.
Okay, so you know that one demon that has like the million, like, was it eyes or whatever, and he has like all
Yeah.
those vases? Why
Mhm.
does this remind me of him?
Yeah, it just looks like a demon. Straight
Right?
out of hell.
The demon.
Craig's like, what are you guys talking about?
Well, no, I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Like, I don't need to know what that is to know that that's an anomaly.
No, I'm just saying anime.
I mean,
but
that does
it's
look like something you'd
disgusting.
find in an anime. That is disgusting and gross, and I've seen enough. This was promptly pointed out on the right, built in 1762, built in 2025. Oh man, New York is quickly becoming that hub for articulate art, huh? Just absolutely wonderful when you go and you just look at this thing, just squirting out the top.
It's so disgusting. Like, what happened? Where did we go?
The reason why you have these wonderful statues in like the middle of towns is because they're beautiful to look at. I can't imagine anybody being like, "That's it." It looks like bad paper mache.
Yeah,
Something-
it's definitely getting people talking, which is what they wanted.
Well, yeah. I mean, art is provocative, as they say.
Yeah.
I'm
And
really-
this, by the way, this is what it looked like. So, in case chat was wondering as well, right? You see, like the similarities a little bit, So, yikes.
I got to be honest. I'm so tired of artists. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. My dad, for his entire professional career, was an artist, right? He's super creative, I'm so tired of these artsy, like there's artists, then there's like the artsy fartsy folks. I'm tired of the artsy fartsy folks. Like they give all the artists a bad name, but they're the ones who are making all the money, making statues that look like wee shooting water out their pee holes. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm tired of it. It's ridiculous. Modern art is a travesty. So, anyways,
Yep.
Congratulations, New York. Am I wrong on that?
No, you're correct. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And like, people are just funded by like nepo babies and stuff with money to blow, literally.
Hey, bada boom. Eh. All right, well, let's quickly move on from that and move on to something a little more attractive, if you will. I have a sneaking suspicion, Leaflet, that the Balkans are going to be seeing a tremendous uptick in tourism and immigration very, very soon. First and foremost, do you know where the Balkans are? The Balkan region?
That's like Russia, right?
Yes, the Balkan region.
Yeah.
Over here, Bulgaria over here. You can see Greece. The entire area right here.
I fail.
Right? Yeah, no, you're close enough. You're close enough. It's just 1,000 miles south, whatever. But so it's down here, right here. Now, listen, we know we've talked about this. The dating game in the United States is apparently really bad for like young men coming up. You got loonies who don't want to date you if you vote the wrong way, or if you have family members who think a certain way. I mean, this has been crazy, right? Here in the States. But the Balkans have found the best form of advertising you can possibly have. And I wanted to show this just in case anybody wants to move. So let's check this out.
Many men want to marry a Balkan girl, but are they ready for that? If you like homemade moussaka, banitsa and kebabchi, come here, baby. If you are ready for a girl who wear high heels and dress every day, even to the supermarket, come here, baby. If you're okay her family to know about the relationship by day 3, come here, baby. And if you are ready to drink rakia with my father, come here, baby. Welcome to the Balkans.
There you go.
Who
best-
says that about their father?
Look, she's saying, says what? She said, "Do you want to drink with my dad?"
Yeah. Come here, baby. Come drink with my weird sentences. Just saying.
Well, no, she's not talking about her dad. She's talking about people who are watching. You know, just saying. She's not talking about her dad. What are you talking about?
No, she's
weirdo?
referring to her dad to drink with.
Yeah,
I
well,
thought it was weird.
part of their culture, Blabs, is they sit and they drink with the dad.
That's not what it's our whoosh. Okay, it's fine.
I don't even know what you're
I
talking
thought they
about.
were bringing back family. I thought that was what that was about. Was
I
I
agree.
wrong?
No, Blabs over here making it weird. I'm just saying, like this. Listen, when you look at this, let's watch this one more time, just to make sure we're all on the same page here, Blabs. Okay.
Many men want to marry a Balkan girl, but are they ready for that? If you like homemade moussaka, banitsa, and kebabchi, come here, baby.
Okay, I don't even know what those three things are, but they're homemade. And you know what? I'm okay with
Craig
that.
is completely slow. He's like, beautiful woman in a white short dress. I'll go.
Listen, if this was 20 years earlier, if this video hit 20 years ago, I'm on board. I'm on the next flight to the Balkans. I don't know where this is, but I'm going to find her. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to find
Was
the
it one of
Balkans.
those a sausage?
Okay, sounds great. Love everything about this. Okay, let's see what else.
If you are ready for a girl who wear high heels and dress every day, even to the supermarket, come here, baby.
Okay, girl, dress, high heels to the supermarket. What is this wrong, Blabs?
No, it's not. It's just really funny.
They take a lot of pride in dressing nice, you know. Just saying. What's
No,
wrong with that?
I wish people would do that actually instead of looking like a bum at Walmart. But
Maybe they do in the Balkans.
no, they do it literally like everywhere but like North America.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm just saying 2 for 2 right now. Just throwing it out there. All right. Leaflit, am I wrong on this? I think these are pretty good things.
Looks yeah, I mean she's not wrong. She's not wrong. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I am that person that I go to the early release at like Walmart looking for Pokemon cards, you know, dressed up like I just woke up.
Listen, hey,
She's like, I am the problem.
Leaflit, we're all the problem. We all get we're all the problem. All right, let's see what else we wrote.
If you're okay, her family to know about the relationship by day 3, come here, baby.
I don't know about that one. Just saying. 3 days in, that's kind of intense. Just throwing it out there. But it's been a while, you know.
And if you are ready to drink rakia with my father, come here, baby.
I don't know what rakia is, but you know, I would imagine that after 3 days, you got to get drunk with dad. Kind of a weird thing. It's just a cultural difference. You got to get through these things, Blabs. I'm just saying.
Craig's like, you gotta take one for the team, homie.
I'm saying you got to drink with dad for the incredibly attractive, hot daughter.
And he's like, all right, you get married now.
That's right.
And then you're stuck there forever.
Now you marry. That's right. After the first night of drunkenness, is like, so you marry daughter now, whatever.
Exactly.
Saying it's whatever, right? Anyways, people chat. What do you guys think? Are you guys on the next flight to the Balkans, wherever the Balkans may be? Looks like just pay attention to don't even pay attention to the foreground here, right? Pay attention to the background. Look at all the wonderful things that are going on in the background over here. Just walking along this wonderful little town.
Many men want to marry a Balkan.
Sorry about that. You got a nice little lake over here. You got flowers, wildlife.
Craig is really trying hard not to talk about the short dress.
What are you talking about?
The puberty voice. What?
What are you just saying? Anyways, maybe I should make some sort of affiliate link for flights to the Balkans, because I feel like there's going to be a steady increase of people flying over there very, very soon. So just saying, you can thank me when you guys have your Balkan wife here in 2.5 weeks after having drinks with dad. Anyways, so make your way over to Bulgaria and have some rakia with daddy.
Bulgaria?
Yeah, that's part of the Balkans.
Okay.
At least that's what it says over here on the on Wikipedia right here. So yeah, right there. There we go. Anyways, Leaflit, is there anywhere that you would move to, like just on a whim? Let's say there's some sort of advertising like that, but it got you like really excited. Let's say you were depressed and you were like, oh, life's horrible. And you saw some sort of like some Australian man. He's like, hey, how about you come over here and have some shrimp or whatever, and looking all attractive. He's got a
no
shirt
guns
on.
in
Shrimp
Australia,
code?
deal breaker.
It's like no guns. I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh man. So so we're learning things about Leaflit here. Must have guns
Yep.
in the country. All right. Legal guns or
Yes.
illegal guns.
Legal. I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sounds good. I like it. Based. Just throwing it out there. All right. What if let's just say Bulgaria produces a video like this and they're like, come to Bulgaria and you shoot all sorts of guns, right? And they're just shooting guns in the sky, right?
The
Leaflit.
problem is I like America too much.
What's
I
that?
just like it. I just like America way too much.
Okay.
Mm.
All right,
I'm one of those. I just no interest,
I hear that. I
Even
hear
like Japan, like I thought about moving there, but no guns, and I like America too much. So maybe Alaska, that's still in America.
Hell yeah, go whale watching.
Just
don't eat them.
Just don't eat the whale. That's right. Hey, Guy Rye came in with the 10 Canadian money. Says, I will not tolerate this Canada hate. It's great here. Take our healthcare system. It's free and efficient. If you feel ill, they will process you, and within a week they'll help you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The
Guy Rye.
biggest scam is that healthcare is not actually free in Canada. GG's. I wish you well, man. Good luck.
Marmalin says, why is there a waist height mouth?
Exactly.
A waist height mouth with a hole in it. Wait, never mind. Don't answer that. Thank you, Marmalin. Yes.
Yeah. Weird.
Canna Dave says the new statue is Quentin Tarantino and Dan Schneider approved. Oh, don't make it weird. Gross. Ian says, you want a Balkan girl? You better be ready. They're tougher than most Western men. Ian, from experience, buddy? Appreciate your support. Anthony says, worth. And Pippa came in, says, Balkan women walk around in lingerie in broad daylight. I'm in. I don't know if that's an accurate representation of all Balkan women, but still fun nonetheless. All right, let's go and move on real quick. This has been passed around, and Blabs and I had a really good conversation about this earlier today, right? And I think it's important to see all sides of things, and people look at this and they go, hey, they see it on the surface, and I'm going to agree with most people on this, but there is logic behind this. Now, let's take a step back real fast. Leaflit, do you recall not too long ago, it was November of last year, when the car company Jaguar launched their new ad campaign? Do you recall this?
I am not. Maybe I am. Refresh my memory a bit.
Well, that's my job here. Here's 30 seconds of Jaguar ruining their brand.
Is this like the weird, yeah, okay,
Yep.
I remember.
There we go.
Hunger Games.
That's right. Weird pulsating sound. Like a live episode of Zoolander. And this came at possibly the worst possible time. This is right after the election. People were tired of all this nonsense, and they threw it out there, and they did a total rebrand, and it got, when I say rejected to half court, it was, amazingly rejected. It did, now that ad campaign on X did almost 200 million views, which on the surface says, hey, let's get people talking. But it did not get people talking in a positive way, right? You recall that when that whole thing came down, Leaflit. And did you have any thoughts on that?
It kind of reminds me of that. What's that game that was going to come out recently?
Oh, Concord?
No. There's a new one. Marathon. It kind of reminds me of Marathon a little bit, just kind of like this weird, futuristic, modern art sort of a piece.
Well, yeah, once again, it goes back to the artist, the modern artist here, and they're just destroying all the stuff. So let's fast forward. This post has been viewed 10 million times over on X, popped off a little bit, and the post simply says, remember that Jaguar rebranding, the creepy one? and it points out that Jaguar's April 2025 Europe sales plunged 97.5%. So year over year, I guess since in April 2025, they sold 1,961. In April of 25, they sold 49 cars. It says marking a near total collapse during its rebranding phase. It says BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Audi each retained market stability, selling approximately 50 to 75,000 units in April 2025 across Europe, right? Now, on the surface, you go, well, look, we all understand that. And listen, I agree with what you're saying. I think that marketing campaign is total trash bag, like most people. But Blabs, how about you kind of go in on this? Because Blabs is saying, no, hold on, wait just a minute.
Well, no, because everyone, for some reason, the internet really just loves to be like, everything's woke. And yes, that ad is absolutely like gross, disgusting, complete change of what Jaguar is. They even changed their logo. Everything is, thrown out to appeal to some audience that is not going to be able to buy Jaguar cars because they're expensive and that audience doesn't have money. But the thing is that Jaguar and a whole bunch of other companies in Europe are actually switching to electric vehicles. They're basically stopping production of gasoline vehicles, and they're basically, as Craig put it this morning, putting all their eggs in a basket for EV vehicles instead, which honestly is a really stupid idea, especially when you consider the climate of Europe. It's not like it's sunshine and daisies 24/7. There's a fuck ton of snow in a lot of countries, so good luck turning your car on. But yeah, the reason for like the huge drop of Jaguar is because they're swapping to electric. That's the big thing. Obviously, this commercial and their change of direction of marketing does not help them whatsoever, especially when you want to keep to the audience that likes your shit, right? Why are you trying to appeal to an audience that doesn't care about you? Doesn't make any sense to me, but yeah, it's because they're going EV.
Well, to further that home, this is from the Detroit Free Press. This article is from November 9th, 2024. Jaguar kills off its model line with no clear plan for the future here. Now, in this, it actually talks about how, as I was reading this, Blabs, our conversation went like this today. I can't believe, I brought the article, you said fake news. And
I meant like fake news in the fact that everyone was saying it's all to do with woke. And I was like, well, no, that's fake.
Well, it is important to point out that they are just not making any cars right now with the intention of, like, when
Swapping.
I say no new cars, they are, all their gas production is done. They're no longer doing that.
Which is the dumbest thing ever, because like when you have no electricity, where do you go?
Right. So they're going in there, which contributes to the idea that they sold 49 new vehicles in the month, right? But they've also gone out and said that Jaguar won't start selling new cars until 2026. So they're not making new cars, but they're also not going to be making new cars or selling new cars that anybody wants to buy. Exactly. Because the new model is ugly and the branding on it is horrendous. Like, yep. This is,
they've shot themselves in the foot.
This is a little bit of both, right? It's both. The idea that Jaguar, like, their brand is forever tarnished at this point. Mm-hmm. Forever tarnished. So I think with the timing of that announcement, them saying we're no longer making gas vehicles, and then like it was just a nuclear bomb that destroyed their brand. Leaflit, I've talked about, I own a Tesla, right? And the Tesla, mm-hmm. for the Tesla, for me, the best car I've ever owned.
Same.
Like, it's spectacular. I don't know. So
autopilot is crazy.
Yes.
People don't understand until you've had it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go back anymore.
Now, listen, I did not buy it for the environmental impact, right? Mm-hmm. At all. I bought it because it was fun when I drove it. It was about the same price as other vehicles. And the car itself, and I'm speaking solely from a Tesla perspective, the car itself has actually improved since I bought it, because there's mm-hmm. software updates like you'd have a PC, like you'd have on your PC, right? So like I'm not huge on like the whole EV side of it. I'm big on the it's really fun to drive side of it.
Just to explain a little bit, like, to people, it was raining really hard the other day, I got out of Walmart, I pressed the button, and my car picked me up.
Yeah.
I didn't want to walk all the way because I parked really, really far because like everyone was parked up front. Pressed the button, car came to pick me up.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It just sounds like convenience to me.
Well, yeah.
It's
that's-
You're giving up some eventually they're going to try to like completely outlaw like gasoline cars and things like that, and
No,
then
but-
everyone's gonna be like, it's fine for convenience.
But Bless, what does that even have to do with anything? I'm sure there's plenty of. I'm sure there's got to be a gasoline car out there that can do that.
Sure, I'm just saying, but like I don't know, I am not for the electric vehicles whatsoever.
I don't know. Like for me, it's fun to drive. I mean, Blabs, you've been in the car. You.
They are fun, but I like my
Yeah.
I like my 6-speed manuals. They're more fun.
I'm with you. Like I think there's huge pluses in both. Right. I'm a big believer in gas. I mean, I live in Texas, for God's sakes. Right. I believe in gas. Gas is our future. Petroleum is our future. It will always be. It's our past, present, and it will be our future. But it doesn't mean that Tesla is not a super fun car to drive. But as people pointed out, like Tesla's sales haven't dropped. All these other people haven't dropped. But the going back to the story, Jaguar they're not producing cars, which contributes to a 98% drop in their sales, which may be the dumbest. Like, I don't know how you can just punt a year's worth of revenue and be like, yeah, we're just not going to generate any revenue for a year and then come back and be a big part of this industry. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. But I don't know. Like I said, I think it's important to hear and really think about all sides of things when there is contributing factors to things, and obviously not making cars to sell is a very big contributing factor to that. Right? So I'm not here to champion Jaguar. I think they've nuked their brand, but it is also important to look beyond the headline. So
it's not conclusive, but it could be related actually, right? Because it could be that marketing campaign was targeting people, and they're like, and for the I guess woke environmental reason.
Yep.
Is the reason why they switched everything to electric? Possibly. I mean, we don't know, right?
Sure.
It could be actually like a part of it.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. The reality is when it comes to these type of things, the people that they're championing and they're selling to just are not going to sell it at all. They're not going to go out and buy it. And that's the one thing I just don't understand. I don't understand why people are so in on catering to this tiny audience that has no money. That
it's because the governments are incentivizing like motor vehicle companies to go and swap over to electric. So they're trying to make more money, which is really stupid because in the end, it doesn't pay out.
Right. But that has nothing to do with the marketing campaign. But
I'm saying they're trying to like push everything, and they think that audience are the ones that are going to buy the EVs, even though, like I said, they have no money and they have no intention of buying a Jaguar.
All right. Commodore fan came in with a 5, says, no flight to Bulgaria for me, as my house is paid for and I have a decent job. But I can't blame guys that do. Dating is trash these days. Commodore fan, way to go, dude. Way to be financially independent. Way to go. Love to see that. Thumb Ugly says modern art is anti-beauty. They hate traditional art because they suck at it. Also, the CIA instigated it all. Look up Operation Paperclip and origin of the CIA. Thank you very much, Thumb Ugly. Jaximus Prime says a giant foot wang statue. I hate this world more and more every day. Thank you so much, Bad Latency. And this apparently was Lumi's nightmare right there. Thank you for that.
Oh yeah, the feet stuff.
Definitely not a gator says too many landmines in the Balkans. Hi, based Leaflit. You should tell side scrollers about the war with the ice cream man you had. Oh, what's going on with that?
When I was a kid, we had like an ice cream stand, like a lemonade stand, and the ice cream man used to get mad at us. He'd like drive by, like, you can't do that, like business license and stuff like that, right? And we basically, because we had the lemonade stand every day for summer, right? And he would just come over and just kind of like complain at us. And eventually, we got our friends. We paid them some of the money to have super soakers, and they chased them off.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Love that. That's awesome. Have you so the idea of like You said it was an ice cream guy who was upset that you didn't have a business
Yeah.
license. How old were you at this time?
Truck.
Yeah.
How old were I? Like maybe like 9 or something. Yeah.
I love that. I love that this grown ass man over here with his ice cream selling TMNT popsicles over here is upset that you're over here with your lemonade stand. Did you make any good money?
Yeah,
doing
we
that?
actually did pretty well. Yeah, and we use it to buy toys and stuff, right? But
Let's go.
yeah.
Little entrepreneurial spirit. Let's go. So, on a quick side note, we have a July 4th parade every year in our little community. And about 3-4 years ago, my daughter started selling drinks at the July 4th parade. So she goes around and she sells like, soda for $1 or water for $1, and it's become this thing where now they're expected. So she'll make like a couple $100 by walking around and just selling it for a
Good
few
for
hours.
her.
So, yeah, it's great
It's a good
stuff.
thing to learn, like just how to make money when you're young, right? I feel like it shapes a lot.
Yeah, we talked about profit and loss, the cost of goods versus the return. High profit items, things like that. She was like, well, I want to sell Coke. And I was like, well, how much is a can of Coke? She's like, 60 cents. How much you sell it for? 40 cents. And I was like, well, how much is a bottle of water? 10 cents. How much you sell it for? $1. So you make 90 cents. She goes, oh, okay, I'll just sell water. It's like, there you go. Now it makes sense, which is great.
I
All
saw
right.
something. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. By all means.
Oh, I was going to say, on that note, I saw something interesting the other day when I was driving out. I saw these people that were fundraising for a baseball nationals thing. And their fundraising was standing on the corner with a sign saying, give us money. I thought it was ridiculous. I was like, go wash cars or something. You know what do you do? They're literally panhandling. So like the little center divide, like next to the stoplight, like how like sometimes people sell like flowers there, right?
Right.
But they had little signs saying like, give us like we need money, like please give money.
Mm-hmm.
Like we need money for baseball. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
They're doing the money, please.
I thought it was nasty, honestly, because like the parents were there too. Like man, it was nasty.
Wow.
Am I
That is-
Scrooge for that? Am I Scrooge for thinking that's nasty?
No, you're not. You're not a Scrooge for thinking that kids should have to work for the money that they're given. I think that's the thing. If they're just standing on the corner being like with their hat out going, please, sir, may I have some nickels? Like, yes, I'm not a huge fan of that. Yes. Do a car wash, invest in yourself. It's great.
Yep.
Hey, give it up for Pudge raiding us over on Rumble. Thank you very much, Pudge. Appreciate that. Love to see the raids. Pudge, great to see you. Thanks so much for the support. Appreciate that greatly. That is awesome. GA Dog 199 became a plus member. Love to see that. You guys popping on in over there. Lots of plus members joining today. How about you open up a new window and join us? Delta says, I've been randomly bringing Vietnam movies. I've been randomly binging Vietnam movies this past two weeks. He says the greatest beer run ever, Platoon, Good Morning Vietnam, and think I'll finish this week with the now classic Tropic Thunders. Chat, you have any other recommendations? Is Tropic Thunder now deemed a classic? Leaflit?
It should always be a classic.
I've never seen it.
Blabs, did you like Tropic Thunder?
With freaking Ben Stiller and all them?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, I did. You never go full retard.
It does have some funny lines in it.
It was hilarious.
When I first saw it, I was like,
Didn't like it.
No, it was okay. It wasn't a classic. I think what you've seen with Tropic Thunder, and maybe I'm going to get flamed for this, but I think what you're going to see with Tropic Thunder was a movie that was a 5.5 or a 6, that over time, based off of culture and the way things have changed, has been elevated to like an 8 or a 9. Because
I'm going to ignore that.
Well, no, that's my thoughts on this.
Well, my always thing was that apparently like Tom Cruise and Matthew McConaughey wanted to do like some sort of spin-off with their characters, and I'm like, that'd be so hilarious, like some Tropic Thunder like MCU or whatever, and it's like their characters spin off and they have their own movie together. Like, I'd be down for that. If it's really funny, I'd be down.
There are some really good characters in it. Tom Cruise's character in it is really good. like I said, there's some really, really funny parts, but just the overall structure. You know what it is? You know what I think really kind of set me off on that movie? And I know Leaflit, you can't contribute to this, so I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
The director of the fake movie in it, like that the English guy in it, I don't know. I just don't like that guy character, and I think that put a bad taste in my mouth. So maybe I need to rewatch it with some fresh eyes, because the chat's telling me I'm the
What
idiot.
are you talking about? I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either. But
Steve
like,
Coogan, they say? Steve Coogan.
you know what, Blabs?
Oh, him! Oh, I like him. He's funny.
Maybe just me in that movie. I don't know.
It's you. It's a you problem. Steve's hilarious.
Maybe Blabs.
Funny actor.
Maybe rewatch Tropic Thunder over
on Plus.
There we go. Jot it down on your list of things.
Okay.
Mario DCOM came in with a 10. Says, I'm not sold on our current battery tech, so I'm waiting for hydrogen to be more widely available, like in Europe. I'm talking about cars and stuff. The old hydrogen car. We could be driving around in water cars, but whatever. That patent's been snatched up a long time ago, or at least that technology. 90 Dragoons came in with a $15 direct donation. Says, to put an electric car in the driveway for every American household, we would need to mine more copper than all of humanity has mined in the past 5,000 years. Not saying it's a pipe dream, but it ain't happening this way, though through shitty government mandate. Yes, 90 Dragoon. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I think it does more harm to the environment than good. Hell says, quick, Leaf, shill the game and go ahead.
RPG.angelstore.com. We have plushies.
RPG.angelstore.com. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Here we go.
Tabletop RPG if you like Dungeons and Dragons type stuff.
Oh, I spelled angle store.
Angels, like an angel.
I put the link in the private chat, Craig.
Got it. Oh, yeah, I did not spell that correctly at all. What an idiot. Everyone go there right now. Check it out. I'm going to reject all your cookies, just so you know. They're rejected. There we go. Go check it out right there. We'll put a link to it down below. Every time we're on, we just the mid-show shill. Maybe that's what we'll start doing. The mid-show shill. Love it. All right, let's go and move on. Oh, real quick. Ian came back, says, Tropic Thunder is Matthew McConaughey and Tom Cruise's magnum opus. This is my hill. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate that. We all have wonderful hills to die on. Okay, let's move on talking about this Elio movie. Now, Leaflet, have you heard much about this Elio movie, this new Pixar movie that came out a couple weeks ago?
I have abandoned all hope for Disney.
Okay. So
but I would love to see it. What they're cooking this time.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a new article about this movie that has come out, and it really talks about the interesting direction this movie has taken since it was originally announced a couple of years ago. This is from the Hollywood Reporter, and we have a TLDR of this right here, but the headline is simple. Inside Elio's catastrophic path, America Ferrara's exit, director change, and erasure of queer themes. Now, here we are. This is a quick TLDR of this, right? And Blabs, how about you read through these real fast, because there's a lot here. So here's everything you need to know about the article.
Okay, so Pixar massively changed Elio after the original cut was test screened, and not a single person raised their hand when asked if they'd pay to see the film in a movie theater.
Okay, let's stop there real quick.
Oh man.
How bad was it where you're like, not a single person was like, yeah, I'd be willing to part with money to see
But
this.
this is actually good then, because that means they took the feedback and they changed it to make a movie that, even though it's flopping, from what I've heard, is actually a fun movie.
Okay, yeah, but at the same time, how bad was this original cut?
Oh no, it had to have been terrible. It's like the Sonic, right? The Sonic design was absolutely garbage. Everyone was pissed off about it, and so they went and reworked it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Pixar staffer says that Elio that is in the theaters right now is far worse than Adrian's best version of the original. Suddenly you remove this big key piece, which is all about identity, and Elio just becomes a totally nothing.
So the movie itself is about a little boy. The movie right now is about a little boy who wants to be an alien, and he gets sucked up into an alien craft and becomes a representative of Earth, right? So he doesn't, quote, identify with everybody else in the world. His job over here is, he wants to be an alien because they're different, and he's more there. So yes, the idea of, this identity thing is interesting. But go ahead, continue, Blabs.
The budget was well north of 200 million, while other reports suggest the film was 150 million. So big budget movie.
And others suggest the budget was north of 300 million. So yikes. Okay.
Yes, a really big budget, ironically, for something that didn't get a whole lot of promotion.
No.
If you think about it. Lilo and Stitch was the one that got everything, obviously. Originally, Elio was written and presented to be much more queer-coded, a reflection of Adrian Molina himself and his upbringing, but this notion was cut entirely, along with scenes like photos in Elio's room involving a male crush.
Okay, so...
Again, that's a good change then.
Yes,
Get
yes.
rid of it.
This apparently was... I have an issue with this idea, the idea of being queer coded, right?
What does it even mean? Why do we have these words named we're coded queerness?
Well,
like a filings cabinet or something,
Okay, when you have a code, what is the job of, what do you need to do with a code, right? You have to decipher the code.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work your way to figure out what the code is, right? Saying something is remove queer from that, right? Just say it was straight. Just say straight, right? It was straight coded, right? The idea that it was hidden. It was hidden from the idea, and it was an underlying theme, but it's not going to be just put out there. That's propaganda. That's what that is. That's literally just another phrase for propaganda. And this movie is designed for children, right? So why are we putting this in these films and him like staring at, like, if you recall, this is not the first time this has happened.
No, we had that trans short get terminated, remember, from Disney?
Well, and Inside Out too, originally she was supposed to be gay.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to have a crush on the high school girl, hockey player as well. So what is it about these Pixar films that they just feel the need to make queer coding or gay things be a part of it? What is the point of it? Like, why is it all out of Pixar? And this is several films in a row. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But yes, you're right, Blabs. They've gone in, they've actually they listened, or at least they changed because they knew that maybe the culture shift has happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, because remember, they had the Pixar Lightyear gay stuff, and it did not go well. So hopefully they learned their lesson. I would hope.
Leaflit, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, the problem is that they're trying to make a product for kids, but they're too obsessed with themselves. I think that's the problem.
They want to identify themselves.
Goes back to narcissism every single time.
Yep.
Yes. All right, let's go and continue here, Blabs, as there's more here with this.
All right, let's see. Pixar employees say that the studio executives themselves cut queer elements from Elio, and the decision did not come from Disney. A lot of people like to blame Disney, but the call is coming from inside the house. A lot of it is obeying in advance behavior coming from the higher execs at Pixar. Well, that's a confusing statement, because Disney owns Pixar, so isn't it still Disney?
Yeah, I think the idea is that they kind of cut it off at the pass before Disney went in and said anything, possibly, perhaps.
Yeah, weird. All right, the next bullet is former Pixar assistant editor Sarah Ligotic, who provided feedback during Elio production as a member of the company's internal LGBTQ group Pix Pride, said that a number of creatives working on the film stepped down after the director shared their first cut of the revised movie. The exodus of talent after that cut was really indicative of how unhappy a lot of people were they had changed and destroyed this beautiful work. So basically, a lot of Pride people were big mad that they stopped making it a gay movie.
Mm-hmm. Total side note here.
Pix Pride, who would have thought?
Yeah. So I actually found this lady on LinkedIn right now, and I'm not going to show her profile here, but I do want to kind of point out a few things. So on her profile, it has she was at Pixar for 2.5 years, right? From December 21 to May 24. So then she went to go work for the CBC for 2 months, which is the Canadian Broadcast Company. Then after that, she went and worked for Saw Stop for 3 months, right? And now she's at this other company for 9 months. So she had three stops over the span of like 6 months. She went from Pixar to CBC to this other company, and then another. So actually 4 stops in 6 months.
A lot of turnover.
That's a lot of turnover. And at a certain point, don't you have to kind of look at yourself and be like, maybe I'm the problem here? You know, maybe.
Yeah, unless she was like, oh, she left on her own, you know? I still agree it's very fishy for the 6 months, but she might not have been fired for every single one.
Well, she is out of Portland.
Maybe she was on contract and she was working for X amount of time, like some activist or whatever, and you know.
There's that psycho right there. So anyways, yeah. So she was butthurt about the whole thing. So yeah, there you go. And so lots going on with this movie. It has not done very well at all. It's massively underperformed. The domestic opening weekend made $20.8 million, marking the lowest opening for a Pixar film in its 30-year history.
Damn.
Globally, the film earned $35 million for the weekend. So it's only been out for a week, but it is very much underperformed, and there's not a chance this thing is going to make its money back long term. Do you think that Leaflit? Do you think that Disney owns Pixar, as you said? Do you think that they're like finally starting to see that they can't just throw out slop, or they can't throw out these generic stories, and they can't just throw out like this activism disguised as stories, and they're starting to learn? Do you think you're going to see a course correction from Disney and Pixar?
I mean, it's hard to say, because I feel like their company was pretty taken over by that. So it's hard to say. And I mean, a lot of people were kind of okay with it before. I think just people are fatigued. Like parents are fatigued. It's like you said, right? Like it feels like propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
So even if like you want to say, in the most generous way, that it's not propaganda and it's just like, something that they want to make, the perception is that it is. So when parents see it, they're like, I don't want my kid exposed to that, right? Because before, to a lot of parents, Disney was like a safe source of like, this is a safe thing for my child to watch. This is a safe company that I could put my kid in front of the TV, let them watch some Disney stuff, and it's going to be okay. But now that people are starting to see the propaganda, like, maybe not, right? So now that's why you're having a lot of people. I mean, it still started with like, I don't know how long ago this started, but like Lightyear had that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like every single time, right? I understand like if it happened a couple times, but it feels like it's almost everything now, right? Like that's the entire thing. So it's hard to believe that it's not propaganda, right? Mm.
Well, I'll say this, Inside Out 2 was one of the biggest animated films ever. But leading up to the release of Inside Out 2, I know from being in the parent sphere, right, talking with different parents, there was a lot of talk about that movie, about, okay, is there going to be all sorts of like gay stuff in this movie that I got to explain to my kids, right? There was like a lot of that. And or is there going to be like pride flags and stuff? Like, because this was coming out, this is in 2024. There's talk about this culture shift at Disney, and apparently, remember, there was, as we mentioned, the character in Inside Out 2 was supposed to have, I guess, to be queer coded, right, and have this crush on this girl. But as soon as, and I'm telling you, this is exactly what happened. As soon as the word got out after like the opening day that there wasn't that stuff in there, it was like the floodgates opened. It's like, okay, I'll go take my kids to go see it. Like the dam broke, and that's how it became the #1 animated movie ever. And I'm telling you, parents talk when it comes to this stuff. And in the case of Inside Out 2, parents talk to the point of billions of dollars. So Yeah, you're right, man. You're right, Leaflet. There's definitely something to the idea of people just being tired of it. And Inside Out 2 success, I think, was a direct correlation of people voting with their wallet, saying, "Look, we just want normal movies. We just want a movie that we can take our kids to." And because Inside Out 2 wasn't as good as the original one, but it was what it needed to be at the time. So ultimately, parents voted with their wallet, and to the tune of 1.9 or $2 billion, whatever it was that it made. It's crazy. So, for the record, my kids actually did see Elio. They saw it as a free preview, actually, and my 13-year-old didn't like it. She thought it was like bleh, and my 10-year-old, 11-year-old, she thought it was okay. So there wasn't like, a Toy Story or anything like that where it's like, you gotta see it, So
What do you think of Mario and Sonic?
I asked Mally some information on this because she went and saw it and she thought it was a cute story, like nothing super like Ratatouille or whatever, but she thought it was okay. But she was also saying how like this movie probably didn't do well because of all the marketing that was basically for Lilo and Stitch and like no marketing whatsoever for this movie. So that could also be a reason why it's currently flopping and not to do with the whole bunch of changes and everything that were for the better from what we've read.
I didn't hear about this, so I kind of tracks what Blabs is saying. I didn't even know about this movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think they put their money in the right basket when it came to Lilo and Stitch.
It's everyone knows the story, right? Elio is a risk. It's an original story, which is unfortunate because you would want to get more original IPs and less remakes, in my opinion. But oh well.
You know what the best Pixar movie's been in the last 5 years?
Luca. Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, it's such a great little story. It's well, and Blabs naturally it's because it's Italian, right? But yes, it's just about two friends who just kind of hang out, but they're mermaids or they're mermen.
Yeah,
they
like
want to
mermen
live on the
kinda
surface.
thing.
Yeah, it's really cute, really cute. So you can find that on Disney Plus.
It actually is. And like there was hardly any marketing for that one, I don't think. Like it wasn't that big of a movie. But yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, Luca's awesome. It was a pleasant surprise because it was released at the peak, like
the bullshit.
wokeness bullshit, right? And people were upset because there's a scene in it where one of the boys puts his arm around the other boys, it just as like a friendship thing, like, hey, we're bros. And people were like, "Oh, he's gay. Luca's gay."
Yeah, they wanted to make it something it wasn't. It was just like two dudes just being friends,
Yeah, it's just silly. All right, holy moly! Give it up for Retromeister popping in with the massive $50 super chat. Blabs is looking. She found him. Blabs, why don't you read that off for us?
Oh, hang on. Okay. Retromeister says, "Morning, Scrollers. To me, Turning Red is the worst Pixar movie ever. That had a cringe storyline and cringe quote of 'My panda, my choice.' It made a lot of people like Brad Bird leave for John Lasseter's Skydance animation, and Pixar hasn't recovered since."
Thank you,
Skydance
Retromeister.
animation.
Yeah, when John Lasseter was ousted for allegations and stuff, that made, I think a lot of people think that was the end of Pixar right there. Mary says Pixar peaked with Up in 2009, and it's all pretty much been downhill from there. So.
Yeah, Up is the great. I hear rumors that they want to do an Up live action. It's like, what the fuck?
Why would you do that?
Right? Why? But then again, why did they do Lilo and Stitch and all these other ones?
Trinity says Leaflit existence is so based it scares me. All right. Mercenary says male crush. How old is Elio? The movie's is for kids, right? That's kind of the idea. He also says this is why John Lasseter was removed. He was against this, and they had to remove him because he would affirm their mental illness. Pete says I was mildly interested in this movie because I was also super into space as a kid. They can't let a boy just be a boy and like boy things. There's apparently a message rejected. Right
yeah, okay, let me read it. I have to pull it up. Here it is. Marlon for 10 says, the same reason schools are targets for predators. You don't reproduce if you're queer, so you target kids.
Okay.
And that is why it was rejected by StreamYards.
Okay, sounds good. Massive Doge says, if you guys are still inviting VTubers, I recommend Sawa-sama. She has an amazing range of voices. The VTubing community has been great. Really enjoyed Leaflit. I've enjoyed having you on, Kirsche on. We're gonna have who are we gonna have on next week or in a couple weeks, Blabs?
Mama Oko.
Are you familiar with Mama Oko?
Yes, I actually talked to them on Discord.
Oh, cool. Well, sounds awesome. Well, we look forward to having them on, which is going to be great. We have a few more from let's see. Do want to make sure we get these before we move on to the next story. Gabriel says, growing up in Hollywood, I saved all my Hollywood and Easter candy. Growing up in Hollywood. Growing up, I saved all my Halloween and Easter candy and would set up a stand to sell the following summer to the neighborhood kids. Let's go, Gabriel. That's very smart of you. There we go. Let's see. Want to make sure we get any. There we go. Okay, cool. We also have this from Elder Hallow. Says, hey, Side Scrollers and Leaflit. I just wanted to drop a recommendation for my favorite fighting game, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising.
Love that game.
It's competitive, but very easy to learn. Last but not least, it has both manly men and beautiful waifus. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. That is quite the title.
That there's actually some really interesting characters in there. They actually have a trans character in it that is pretty base, if you can believe that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so they come out and they're actually like they have like a pretty big muscles, right?
Mhm.
And there's like this magician who's like listen, this is actually in the game. The magician goes, you know, I'm an alchemist. I can just turn you into a woman. And the character says, this is the body my mom gave me and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I thought that was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, cool. Need to check that out. That's great.
It's 60% off right now on Steam because of the Steam sale.
Have you played Relink? It's really good. Co-op, like boss battle, like it's I guess I don't know, action RPG. It's like 4 players. It's super fun. Really cool characters in there.
All right. Miku came in with a 5. Says, I heard you want your country back. Shut the F up. I heard you want your country back. Shut the F up. I heard you want your country back. Shut the F up. I heard you want your country back. Shut the F up. And he said, he followed up, says, no, please don't deny my visa. No, Poppy, do something. Thank you, Miku. Appreciate that. All right.
Wait, before we move on, chat was saying that was the wrong game. Didn't you say Grand Blue Fantasy?
Yeah, that was real. You should relink. They're thinking of the fighting game.
Gotcha.
The girls have big boobs in that game.
Let's go.
Titties.
Okay. There we go. Thanks, Blabs. Let's talk about stop killing games for a second. We've talked about this several times on the show. And we kind of back up about 10 days or so. Ross from Curse Games released a video where he was talking about how his Stop Killing Games initiative, he was just going to more or less have to stop doing it. Now, for those who don't recall, Stop Killing Games, it says right here, is a consumer movement started to challenge the legality of publishers destroying video games they have sold to customers. An increasing number of video games are sold effectively as goods with no stated expiration date, but designed to be completely unplayable as soon as the support from the publisher ends. This practice is a form of planned obsolescence, whatever. Anyways, the idea is that you have rights to a game once a game has been no longer supported by the developer, then it's handed over to the community for further support. Right, that's kind of the idea, that there's once a game is no longer been supported, there's still a way to play it, and this stems back from the Crew 2 and Ubisoft. So, this has been real interesting to watch ever since Ross released his video talking about how he's no longer interested in this because things just weren't going very well. It's not that he wasn't interested in doing it, but he hadn't seen the results that he had hoped. Ever since he released that video, all of a sudden things have picked up steam. He started, when he released that video, at about 430,000 signatures on the petition. Now, this is a petition over it's only available for the European Union. So if you live over in Europe, which you know we have a lot of normal men over there, and you care about consumer rights, you can go and sign this petition over here. And the idea is you need 1 million people to sign this. 1 million people by July 31st, 2025. And the petition is more or less just to put it in front of, I guess, the decision makers over there, and for them to prevent the remote disabling of video games by publishers. It says specifically, the initiative seeks to prevent the remote disabling of video games by publisher before providing reasonable means to continue functioning of said video games without involvement from the side of the publisher. So since he released this, it has gone up over almost 300,000 signatures in the last little bit. It's kind of gone viral. Now, 1 million people to sign anything is a ton of people, especially in Europe, all by itself. But it's seen a tremendous uptick here a little bit because some other creators have started to get on board with this. Most notably, PewDiePie made a video about this, the Stop Killing Games initiative, and he urged his 110 million European YouTube followers to sign the petition over here. Blabs, why don't you read this off really fast?
All right, so PewDiePie says, thank you all for your amazing support on my recent videos. I love how I can just nerd out and share whatever you guys with you guys. In the comments, I have seen some of you mention Stop Killing Games, and I want to say I 100% support this movement. It ties in perfectly with what I talked about in my video, ownership over software and the games we buy. Strongly encourage you to sign the petition, and he's got the link.
So to kind of put this in perspective, getting 1 million people to sign anything is ridiculous. And the European Union has a population of 449 million people. So, we're looking at it's not a percent of people, not a full percent, but it's still a lot of people to do it. In addition to PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, of all people, longtime YouTuber, has actually started covering this as well. This is from a Cursed Farms just a few minutes ago. This is big thanks to Jacksepticeye for helping cover Stop Killing Games. Seeing all these people support the movement makes me feel less crazy. And he said, if you care about video games as much as I do, then please support the Stop Killing Games initiative. It's really important to preserve games, especially these days. All you have to do is sign this petition to your support. It's very close to hitting its goal. So, there you go. I mean, it's starting to pick up game, which is pick up some steam, which is a really great thing. Leaflit, your thoughts on this movement? Do you like when it comes to the idea of an online game having an offline mode or like kind of a roadmap on the way out? Do you think that's a feasible option for developers?
So like, it's kind of hard to say because like you might have some technology. You might have some technology like in the back end, like the source code, like the server architecture, I guess, could have like some kind of technology that you don't want other people to have, other companies to have, right? And like that is like a part of like your company. When you make like a new game, you would maybe like build upon that. But I think that the argument is fair that like, look, we paid for these games and we're at the mercy of these companies. So there should be a little bit of responsibility on their part to ensure that we can keep playing it. Is this the thing that had the whole controversy with Pirate Software and stuff? Was that the game?
Correct.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
I actually don't know too much about it.
Well,
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Pirate Software posted a few things, and he was very critical of Ross from Accursed Farms in it. And Pirate Software is a very pro developer standpoint on this.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one of those things where it's built a lot of momentum. And I think the timing on Ross's video, as far as him saying, hey, like we got to hit this, otherwise I'm kind of out. Right. And he was saying that he'd like to pass this over to somebody else if momentum doesn't hit, but it has 31 days left as of today. So by the end of the month, there needs to be another roughly 250,000 subscribers on it, or 250,000 signatures on it to get it there. My gut and maybe I'm wrong here. It wouldn't be the first time this show, but my gut says it's going to fall just short. But I would love to be proven wrong here. Like 1 million people to do anything is a lot. And that's what I just continued. That's what I continue to go back to. Do you guys think it's going to hit its goal?
If it gets a lot of shout outs to like really big YouTubers, kind of like how PewDiePie just did it, if more do that, it might actually just make it. I just wish they had done it earlier so there would be more time to get it done. You know, like this was over a year ago that it first was announced. It's like, where were you a year ago? But yeah.
It does have a chance, and it was pointed out in the chat right now that I think that for it to hit it, it has to pass the language barrier. And it has to, you know, because there's a lot of people that live in the EU that don't speak English. So, you know, that's actually a really good point. The idea that not only are you hitting people in the EU, you're hitting people in the EU that speak English, that can understand what you're talking about.
Well, that's what Ross was saying last year. He was saying it was a huge difficulty to find people who spoke another language besides English and be able to like explain it and promote it and get the word out there in the other languages.
Wait, how's that possible? I mean, I just feel like we live in like an internet world where it's easy to connect with people. How are they having trouble?
Yeah, translation and all that. But if they don't watch the videos or anything and they don't want to read the articles, they may not just.
You mean like a content creator? They need a content creator that speaks that language.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, that's what they want.
Yeah, they definitely need. And honestly, you know, YouTube has a way to auto transcribe or auto translate videos. I don't know if you remember that feature they rolled out pretty recently. I've actually seen a couple pop up on my feed of like this Indian dude speaking like generic English now. You know, it's kind of funny, but
is it good like translation and stuff too?
It's jarring. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty jarring when you see this guy. You know, it's like watching an old like Japanese movie, like Japanese kung fu movie, right? Yeah, it's dubbed. Yeah. Which is great technology, but is also very awkward. But that's where we're at now. We're at, you know, we're roughly 258,000 subscribers away, or signatures away from this. I hope it hits. And I think it's going to take more than just a tweet from Jacksepticeye, more than just one video from PewDiePie. I think it's going to take an active campaign. It can't just be one shout out. It's got to be a continuous thing to continue to drive people there. So good luck, Ross. By the way, he said he just wants to continue to hit different shows. We did invite him back on, and anyways, he said as long as he says really just let people know it existing is plenty, and the Americans would get the benefit downstream even if they can't sign directly. He said, I probably said that when I was on. I don't even remember. Anyways, so there you go. Go check it out. If you're in the EU, go sign that and help stop killing games. All right. Let's move on to our next story. But before we do, Thumb Ugly says on Stop Killing Games, greater than devs hate old games competing with new games. If buying isn't owning, pirating isn't stealing. Property rights is the root here. Thanks, Thumb Ugly. Mac says back then the publisher solved the entire the online gameplay problem with something like System Link, local LAN. Something like Xbox Live was just a super version of that. Now it means it's a means of control. Thank you, Mac. That's actually a really good point. Interesting. Thanks, Mac. Mac says I'm with Blabs, sticking with my manual. BRZ keeps you an active driver. Tech already does too much. Dishwasher doesn't need internet. Old man rant done.
Wait, there are dishwashers that have internet now? I swear.
Yeah, there are.
Refrigerators and all sorts of stuff.
What the fuck? Why?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Ugh, I'm going to go live like Laura Ingalls.
Aramis says, no canine, bovine, equine, aviine have been harm in the Aramis Mountain. Old boy just get rattled some nights. All hail Stuttering Craig, patriarch of side scrollers, Tesla rider, Pickle Bane, Mario born, Stalk Striker, hashtag Montez. Aramis, what did I just read? Thank you very much. Appreciate the support right there. All right, we have 9 yellow supers away from our goal today. Let's see if we can hit that and have Leaflit with a little bit of Montez today.
I want to see it. I want to see the dunk.
The Montez dunk. Maybe that's what we're going to call it from here now. The Montez dunk. Let's hit it. All right, let's hit something that you may be intrigued by here, Leaflet, as the Los Angeles Dodgers of Major League Baseball are doing something the first of its kind. They are having a Hollow Live night at Dodgers Stadium, which I guess these are VTubers that are part of their stable. Is this correct?
Yeah, those are Hollow Live VTubers. Yep.
Okay. So they're having a VTuber night. They say, join us for an unforgettable evening of entertainment and baseball at Dodger Stadium for Hollow Live night. The special event ticket package includes a ticket to the game and exclusive Hollow Live and Dodger collaboration trading cards. Please stick around after the game for post-game entertainment on the field, including the first ever VTuber live stream at Dodger Stadium. Leaflet, you're giggling. Why are you giggling?
It's going to be worth money, probably.
Those baseball cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, they will. 1,000%. So what are your thoughts on this?
I think it's pretty cool. Again, baseball is very popular in Japan. Hollow Live is like the most popular of the VTuber corporations. So like it seems like it makes sense. They have done things before. I'm not super in the know of this. It's kind of weird, but I don't really look into VTuber stuff that much. But I'm aware that they did something like this before, and it was pretty popular. So it looks like they're just kind of ramping up on it, doing a little bit more of it.
Yeah, here's some footage of it here. This is July 5th. You can see them kind of doing their thing there. Look at these different camera angles. That's pretty cool. Kind of treat it like this. So I don't know. I mean, it seems like they're definitely trying to branch out and hit a new audience here. I'm just gonna go on record. I'm saying I don't know if there's many VTuber fans who go to Major League Baseball games. Wait, hold on. What's happening right here?
They might now. They're doing the exercise.
They're getting their exercise in over here. Okay, they listen. You watch it without any audio, it all starts to make sense, doesn't it?
Anime is just like in general is really popular in Japan. Like even if you go to Japan and you just like kind of go in the city, you'll see like anime ads everywhere, like trains that are like kind of with different anime. Even like train station, they have mascots for everything in Japan. Like there's a train station that would have like their own mascot, and it's like an anime girl. So it's just like and since baseball is really popular in Japan, it just kind of makes sense, right?
Well, and as was pointed out earlier, Shohei Ohtani, who is this generation's Babe Ruth, he pitches and he hits. He's the best player in baseball. He hits all the home runs and he strikes out the batters. He is Japanese. And so the Dodgers have a massive Japanese audience. It makes a ton of sense. He actually played for the Anaheim team, the Anaheim Angels, and then he moved over to the LA team, which is like 30 minutes away. Got a huge pay raise and as upped the value of the Dodgers immensely since signing with them because they're now a global brand. So pretty interesting.
They love this guy so much in LA. I remember when I was still there, there'd be like Japanese restaurants and you go in, they'd have like a page that was just like the Ohtani menu. It was like all baseball themed, like sushis.
Wow.
I remember.
Now I'm curious here. This event is going to feature 3 different VTubers here. And let's play the game. Blabs, we're going to play the game with you. The 3 different VTubers we have here. Okay. I want you to guess the number of subscribers that each of these has. And let's go ahead and start with the one on the right. That is Iris, Blabs.
All right. I'm going to assume at least 1 million.
Iris of Hololive has 1.1 million
Aha!
subscribers right here.
Nice.
Okay.
Crazy.
Congratulations to Iris over there. Has almost 1 million followers over on X right here. All right, let's go back. Blabs, let's play the game. Let's over here. I don't even know how to say this.
Inome?
Name. Yeah, sure. That
Inome?
sounds good.
Honestly, I feel like to be a part of this, you need to at least have 1 million subscribers each.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say 1.7 million minimum.
1.7 million. You are close, Blabs. 1.63 million.
What do I win? I hope I get I should go play the lottery ticket next.
You should. All right, and finally, the last one in the center, or the last one on the left, actually. Kosiki Biju, I guess.
Minimum 2 million.
Do you know, Leaflit? Do you know how to say these names?
Koseki Bijo.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry, I sound like American, right? I sound so American.
Koseki Bijo.
Koseki Biju. Blabs, 860,000 subscribers.
Oh wow!
So a combined 3 million.
Oh yeah.
Here. So big audience going over there. You wonder if they sell out these games or if this game will be sold out. You know, it says this year's collaboration builds on the success of last year's debut event, which drew thousands of HoloLive fans to the ballpark and marked one of the first major VTuber crossovers with a professional sports team. God, I will. You know what? I need to find some footage of that because I'm sure that that's like oil and water. You got this guy who's like, you got this guy over here, like some plumber taking his kid to the ball game, sitting in the 300s, and you got some super HoloLive fan over here with his mask on. He's got it all Japanese. I don't know, like
Got the light stick.
Yeah,
It's like waving the light stick.
Oh my God, I'd pay to do interviews out there. Just put like what a crazy. Oh, it's so good, so good. Anyway, so look for that coming soon. There, baseball players and HoloLive fans. What I wonder, what is HoloLive's revenue on a year-to-year basis? Do we have any?
Quite a lot.
Blabs, you ever heard of HoloLive before?
Honestly, no, I never did until today.
Man, so HoloLive, here we go, is a virtual YouTube agency that, okay, let's play the Price is Right game here. Leaflit, how much do you think HoloLive made in the last fiscal year?
Oh man. Last year, HoloLive total?
Total.
No, 100 million.
Blabs, Leaflit with the 100 million. Chat, what do you guys think?
300 million.
Blabs, you need to go play the lottery.
Oh, goody!
312
Exactly.
$312 million.
All right, I'm off to go to the gas station.
You can drive 45 minutes to get to the closest
No,
gas station.
there's one in my town. I'll have you know.
That's right. After you make your way through the jungle. It's
Yes.
I told you I don't know anything about VTubers.
good. Hey, that's crazy. That is crazy. It represents 30% of all viewership, which says if that represents 30% of all viewership, it means the VTuber space is $1 billion industry. So
Crazy.
that is crazy. Anyways, good for the Dodgers, good for VTubers, and good for VTuber fans who want to get out and get the foot-long hot dog on VTuber night. That'd be great. God, I'm telling you, that would be so freaking funny. I would love to send somebody out to do some interviews out there. All right. I got one more thing here at the end. We got a little bit more to go, so stick around. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. We'd really appreciate it. Closing on 1,000 thumbs up, which is excellent. Flying Nanuk says Craig should find the video of Gura singing at the last baseball event.
That's the popular clip.
Okay, maybe. Blab, see if you can find that real quick, please. Gura singing at the last baseball event. Sparky says there might not be that many baseball VTuber fans, but VTuber fans will pay anything that has their Oshi on it.
It's true.
So that's a major engaged audience. No shark. So Bibu will fill the Kusagagi role. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I feel like a fish out of water.
Kusogaki is like brat. best way to explain it.
The brat? Like
The
you mean
brat.
like
Like Black Girl Summer.
you mean like Kamala Harris?
Not really like that. It's like just acting like a bratty child, basically.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that. Like the normal
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definition of brat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
have the video, by the way.
Please, let's see. Let's check it out.
I guess this is it.
Can you pause? Okay, go back about 2 seconds. Okay, you have what, 5,000 people, 10,000 people looking up there who have never heard of this, going like, "What are we watching?
Yeah.
What am I looking at right now?" They have no idea. Anyways, continue. Yes, Blabs. That's a full stadium, man. That is a
That
full
is
stadium.
packed.
Now, I don't know if they're going out there for just that, but okay.
Like,
All right.
people that like Hololive, like really like Hololive. So it's like it does. It's kind of like what was said in chat earlier. It doesn't matter what the product is. You could sell a shit sandwich and people would buy it. If one of these girls was like, "Look at my shit sandwich, like, you want to eat it?" They'd be like, "Yes." So it's like, it's like the audience is super
Hardcore.
like captured, I guess. Hardcore, yeah.
That's so
Mhm.
funny. I'm just imagining like some company
Grown-ass
approaching
men.
and being like, "Listen, your fans will buy anything, right? We produce shit sandwiches. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna produce this shit sandwich. We're gonna put it in a wrapper with your face on it, and we're gonna sell it." And like legitimately, how many shit sandwiches do you think people would buy? Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, there'd be a lot of shit sandwiches. You need a lot of poo poo.
You just say limited edition.
Limited
shit-
edition.
shit sandwich, yeah.
Oh man, yes, Gura, yes, just re-debuted to 200,000 live viewers. For viewership alone can easily sell out a stadium. Yeah, we did see that. We talked about that yesterday. It was just what a crazy world. Now, speaking of this, we announced that you were going to be back on the show yesterday, over on X, and we had Azahara over here. This has been an ongoing discussion about me and my
I saw this.
VTuber. Yes, a VTuber model. Because listen, there'll be a time, Blabs, where the VTuber model needs to appear. Right? Just saying. I'm going to make the crossover. I'm going to graduate my spiritual form here. Am I using the terminology right, Leaflit? I'm going to graduate.
I suppose. You know what? Fair enough.
Okay. But Azahara has been throwing out various VTuber models for me. And I think this may be the one that we go with here, Blabs. What do you think of this here, Blabs? I'm just slow scroll here. What do you think about this, Blabs?
Oh my god, no.
Now, can you imagine, Blabs?
That is so wrong.
Could you imagine me talking just like this while
I
having
really
this
hope
model?
not. I feel like that's like so inappropriate.
I'd be like, "What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube."
Yeah, no. I
No?
feel like that is super inappropriate.
What? You don't
Hard pass by me. Dude,
inappropriate? I don't understand. Do I need bigger boobs, Blabs?
that looks like a child.
To you,
I mean, dude, it looks like some 16-year-old girl.
she's 26, Blabs. I'm 26.
Sure.
My VTuber model is 26, and I'm also a dragon.
Right.
Right?
Ancient dragon,
Yes.
5,000 years old.
Yeah. See, there you go, Blabs.
Right.
Leaflet gets it. Why don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Why don't I?
Oh my God. Well, anyways, there will be. I'm telling you, one day.
I would
There'll be-
rather you just dress up as a can of soup.
No,
as a
no,
VTuber
no,
model
no.
with like little arms.
That's a losing proposition, Blabs.
All right.
You know, where I just show up one day as a 26-year-old ancient dragon.
Okay, I'd rather you dress up as a dragon. That'd be hilarious.
Well, no, here it is, my dragon.
That is
model.
not a dragon.
There. It even says so. It's my name right there across the chest. See, right
It's
there.
true.
Where, yeah.
The hat's
no.
there too. The hat.
The hat's there. Look, the mini skirt I'm wearing right now?
Yeah,
Is
no. Yikes. It's a trap.
A Game Hunter came in and says, DEI Disney went woke ever since the live action Beauty and the Beast. CN is it started with Steven Universe, Cartoon Network. It started with Steven Universe, and around that time, other studios did the same things. It made my 2-year nephew start watching VTubers instead. There you go. Thanks, Game Hunter.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Mercenary came in with a 5, says, bad idea to have your dishwasher attached to the internet. Some guy had his house attached to an Amazon account, which was a smart house feature, and someone reported him for racism and had the entire house locked down against him. Louis Rossman did a video. What?
What?
Okay, that sounds like Minority Report over here, which is crazy. We are 4 supers away from our goal today. Let's go. Let's get there. We have 4 yellow supers away. Ian helped, says, I would rather see a street full of those penis statues again than see that Craig VTuber avatar again.
Exactly.
What's going on there, Ian?
Yikes.
It's good to see you, Ian. You want to hang out later?
Jesus Christ.
I think that's the thing, is it's got to be like kind of like I got to really lean into the deep voice. Just throwing it out there, you know.
It's ma'am.
It's ma'am. Future Kulak came in for 10. Says, Craig, avoid the avatar to femboy to trans pipeline. Is that what this is called? A femboy? Femboy right there?
Femboys,
That does not look like a boy.
That does not, it does
that's
not
a
look
girl.
like a femboy. That looks like a little girl, which is weird.
Anyways, I'd like to thank Azahara right there for brainstorming my VTuber. We'll keep kicking it around, and we'll see.
I think it needs to look more like in their 20s and have boobs, and I think it'll be a lot better.
Okay, so
It just looks
Azahara,
too childlike. It's too weird.
Azahara, here you go. You have your goal here. Older with bigger boobs. That's according to Blabs.
The
Congratulations.
speaking rigging has to be tied to the boob movement. So every time you open your mouth, it just goes wild, you know?
Yeah, just just all over the place. Yeah, look like Pamela Anderson running on the beach on Baywatch.
Yep. Every time you open your mouth.
Phil came in and says, I'm paying you not to make that avatar.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Phil? You got an issue with that? You got it. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. All right.
I gotta make this happen now.
Hey, Phil. Phil, hold on. Phil, what's going on? You got issues with me, Phil? Pay up. Phil, my Kraken over here. That's good. Give me a number. Says the rule is don't lewd lollies. Anyways, do it, Craig. See, okay, the chat is in between what's going on over here. They're very, very undecided on if I should pursue the VTuber career. Just one day, if I don't show up, guys, and I just pop up, you know, if some avatar that shows up sounding directly like me, just know it's AI and definitely not me. I'm just gonna throw it out there. So Pyro Rampa says, I'm paying you to make the avatar for the lols. There you go. See? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? That's what it comes down to right here. Sparky says, for the record, the model has peak Kusagi energy. Do it, Craig. What does that mean? Any idea what that means, Leaflit? Kusogagi?
Yeah, that's the brat.
Oh, brat. Okay.
The brat, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Bad-mannered child. Yeah.
Brat me right there. There we are. Marmalin says, Lolly Craig just pissed everyone off by putting massive boobs on the model, and you piss everyone off. Trust me. What? So you're not allowed to have too big of boobs on the VTuber model?
Well, because I mean, it just looks very, very childish. So yeah, you need to like restructure it so it actually looks older,
Well,
like
no,
face-wise and everything.
They're saying that it has to be like you can't have too big of boobs.
Well, I don't get that.
What if?
I'm
Oh
cooking
boy.
something up on AI right now.
Leaflet, what if my model is just 2 giant boobs with a tiny little head on it, like in between? Like that's the entire model. I mean, who
That'd be
cares about the
amazing.
face? Say it like-
I mean, you don't even need to see your mouth opening because then you could just use the boobs bouncing as like you talking, right? That would be the actual speech rigging.
Oh my gosh, that would be the greatest VTuber model in history. I love it. Marvelin says, with Mama Oko coming on, Craig, what? It's a perfect time for you and Blabs to become VTubers. She can be your mom. There we go. Thank you, Marmalin. Phrasing right there. Bentley says, if I were a Dodgers fan, I would have stopped being a fan since they hosted the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence during the June of 2023. It's totally okay to mock God, according to the Dodgers. Yeah, we saw that. That is crazy. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate that. Winston says, someone said to bring Sawa, Sawa Grape Sama on the show. That would be a great get. I also co-shine on Moonshine Animations, who does stop motion vids of VTuber clips. Both Moonshine and Sawa are friends with Kirsche. I think I follow Moonshine over on X. So who's Sawa Grape Sama? Are you familiar with that person, Leaflit?
I don't know VTubers.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just a VTuber. I don't know. Mary says, did someone say Montez? We did say Montez. Let's stink and go. All right, you do know Montez, Leaflet, which is wonderful. So tell you what, you get to pick today. Give me a number between 1 and, or let me give you the games, and you can kind of pick them out. Okay, so here we go. We haven't done the full games list in a long time. Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Brothers, The Moon, Dustborn, Duck Hunt, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Tetris, Street Fighter 2 with Dalsum,
Yoga Fire.
You want the Yoga Fire?
Yoga Fire.
All right. This one is the opposite of Yoga Fire.
Bitch!
There we go. It's the fire from the backside right there. So
I made something terrible for you over here.
What's that?
I made something terrible for you.
Oh no. Leaflet. What? Oh, look at this. Leaflet using the power of AI. There we go. What do you think, Blabs?
It's weird, man.
I think this makes a lot of sense. By the way, great use of AI right there. That's pretty quality.
All right.
Is this like would this be an AI background, you think? Should I do an AI background or like
Yeah. Like you got your room in there, you got your button and the restroom sign. The hat too.
This is great. Yeah, I got my games on the back. Got the Nintendo. It's on. The Nintendo's on down here somehow. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty good. Which program did you use for this?
That one was Sora. I took a screenshot from the stream, put it in there. But I'm going to put it into VO, and it's going to be even crazier.
Oh no! Okay, I can't wait to see this. Hey, what would Blabs' VTuber be? Like, clearly Blabs would need to be a super buffed out Arnold Schwarzenegger dude, right? And have her speak with, Blabs' voice. I think that would be great, right?
It should just be a big Italian stereotype.
There's no talking of there's no mouth moving. It's just this at all times doing the Italian thing.
Just be like a pizza. Talking pizza.
Game Hunter came back, says, my 2-year-old nephew got sick and tired of watching Disney. He runs into my room when he hears Osmongold's voice. He knows I'll play either Kirsche, Pippa, Smug Alana, Leaflet, Shy Lily, Rev, Mincy Moon. Thank you, Game Hunter. Patrick Gestalt says, any interest in getting Project Melody on the show, a VTuber and a V-chatterbaiter? Okay. I mean, why not? Sure, why not? There you go. Almond John says, Blabs threatening Craig with the ultimatum that you'll quit the show if he doesn't doesn't change it, because I agree with you. That looks like a child. Listen, that's clearly a dude, dragon. That's 26 years old. And
yep.
Clearly. Thank you, Almond John. Definitely not a gator, says, in the immortal words of Flork, I need a cup size. I need the cup size letter to be the one the Almighty hasn't invented yet. Thank you for that. Ruddy says, play Goodbye Horses over your avatar, Craig. Goodbye Horses. Irma says, Craig, please, I don't want to have nightmares tonight. How much to get Craig to go full Patrick Warburton?
That would be hilarious.
What's that voice, Blabs?
That's Kronk.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who Kronk is?
It's me. That guy?
Yeah.
That guy does like that, yes. Future Kulak says, let me try again. Avoid the female avatar to IRL femboy to IRL trans. Listen, that will not be happening anytime soon. Anytime soon. Bad News Badger says, I already signed it. It takes about 2 minutes, but yes, it needs to get around more. And I feel sad that I might agree with Greg about it making it. Yeah, thank you, Bad News Badger. All right. Insidious came in with the 20. Says, Blabs, everyone isn't carelessly calling everything woke. It's pattern recognition. Non-woke gets bad press from the bad press. Everything is getting released through a queer filter unless that studio opts out. Thank you.
That's
Insidious.
totally like your opinion, man.
Well, no, I mean,
20.
people are tired of it.
No,
for
but
sure.
also people also do call everything woke.
Well,
there
I mean,
are some people who do that. So,
but I think that there are people who over call things woke, right? But
yes.
But you're going to find that with any sort of anything, whether it's woke or racist. Just pick anything you want, any descriptor. But
It's over.
yeah, it's over, right? It's over. It's definitely on the way out.
Look at the new one, Craig. It's over.
Okay, I was waiting on this. Here we go. Oh, you even tweeted this one out.
I had to because it's video.
What? Oh boy. you made VTuber me a thing. Let's see. Do I talk? No. Okay.
No, there's no sound. It's just
Look at me go.
Then we would put your voice over it, right?
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Let's do that real fast. Here you go.
All right, here we go.
Hey everybody, it's me. What do you guys think? You guys want to hang out later on? Go play some video games? It's me, VTuber Craig. What do you think?
It's terrifying. I don't like it. Put it in the show. What do they say in Lord of the Rings? Cast into the fire. That's where I'm
I
at.
think it's awesome. Oh my God. Hey, thank you for that. That's a wonderful leaflet. And I will be tweeting that out, quote tweeting that very shortly. So
I can send it to you later if you want.
me and Desu apparently are going to need to do a crossover, which is great. once I get my VTuber model all scored away. All right, we got a lot of support to get to, guys. We genuinely appreciate it. Thank you guys very much as we giggle about VTuber models and such. And Blab slowly descends into insanity.
Yes,
which is great. Leaflet, we'll give you the opportunity to bounce if you like, or you can stick around. It's your totally your choice.
I'm just vibing if you have things to do.
Come on, let's vibe together.
All
You know what we did last time, which I really enjoyed, was we went over to Twitch and you taught me how to Twitch, which was great.
As best I could.
It was so good. It was so good. You guys hanging out over on Twitch, once again, if you guys wouldn't mind, use your free Amazon Prime. Support us over there. It'd be great. You guys watching over on Kick, it's good to see you guys. Thank you very much for popping in today. We're growing a little bit more every day over on Kick. Make sure you hit the follow button. Join us. The 1.4 thousand people following us over on Kick. We're growing, which is great. You guys watching us over on Rumble. Hey. Good to see you guys, Rumble friends. And of course, you guys hanging out over on Plus. You guys are the backbone of what we do on a day-to-day basis. All right, let's vibe on through these supers here, Blabs, while I look at myself as a VTuber.
it's a bit narcissistic, isn't it? Okay, anyway, Torgo.
I'm admiring myself being a 26-year-old dragon man.
Right, that's how old the one is. All right, Torgo the White says, Rachel Mata Craig, VTuber Craig.
Yeah, yep.
Mercer says, VTuber Craig is perfect, Craig. Do that one already. Yikes, mercenary. John says, Craig is becoming Chris Hassan bait with that VTuber. Vito says, no hat, Craig. VTuber Craig. Lol. Modest for 5. Actually, this one's for Craig.
Oh, hey, bada bing. Blabs can do Jose Ramirez VTuber. Do it, Blabs. Hasta luego, mi amigos. And Blabina. Mozzarella, piscoli, cannoli, lasagna, super meatballs. Thank you, Modest. Appreciate that. Blabs, you should do Jose Ramirez as your VTuber model.
Nah, because that's just the alter ego for journalism. It wouldn't be as funny. It has to be something totally different. It's true. Master says, make sure you add barbecue sauce, Craig, to the moons.
Okay.
Mercy says Rev has a lol model perfectly fine. Craig. Okay.
Cringe, I guess. Is it cringe?
Cridge. I don't know. It's
They
mercenary.
just misspell my name all the time. It's okay. I'm Craig, Greg, Jamie,
Robert.
Chris, whatever. Hey, real quick before we get to these supers, I do want to I want to get to this last little clip. All right, I know we've gone a little long today. Now we'll hold on to it till tomorrow. We have so much time, like we have so much stuff, guys, that we have to talk about. We don't have enough time on our show. It's crazy. Blabs, fire away.
Okay, Invidious for one says Xbox Live was for suckers to get used to paying to play online. All who support it are the reason console players pay to play online. Operation Pay Now, Pay More Later was a success. Thanks. All right, you mad? Guess so. I'm sorry, man. P-Dog says, imagine making Eisner's later years look downright successful in comparison. Read Disney War, I beg you. All right. Thank you very much for the suggestion. Mercenary says, sorry, because he wouldn't affirm they are mental. Thank you, Mercenary. Andrew says, Craig VTuber foot reveal when? Oh, Jesus, never, I hope.
When I launch my VTuber channel, I'll do it at 100,000 subs. I think that's how it works, right? You got to get to 100,000 subs?
I think.
Is that right?
Subathon goal.
Yeah, there you go. Subathon goals. Yeah.
So he's already shown us his foot online. He's literally shown us his foot online. So, like, it really can't get any worse or better. It's just kind of there. Marlon Pretend just now says, do Jose Ramirez Blabs make it like Speedy Gonzalez mix? So a big-ass sombrero, maracas, and a huge mustache.
I love that idea.
It'd be funny. But only like it would only show up when I'm doing like the LinkedIn sharing of stuff or like journalism. Then like Jose shows up. It'd be like an alter ego of the VTuber ego, basically.
Okay.
Kataka says, you know, when Craig got dressed up before King of the Couch, he kind of looked like Zach Baggins.
What?
I don't know who that is.
I think it looks like Zach Bagans.
Oh, Bagans? I was like, Baggins, Bilbo!
It's the guy from Ghost Adventures. You ever watch Ghost Adventures?
No. I don't know what that
Really?
is. I don't know what that
Like
is.
those like you know Phasmophobia? Oh, actually, you wouldn't know that. It's
I know of the game, but I've never played it.
It's like that, but the thing that started it is a bunch of dudes going out with cameras trying to film ghosts.
Right.
And he'd always be ridiculous. He'd be like, "Did a ghost just touch my ass?" You'd be like that
Right.
on
Wiz for one says, what they are saying is Disney writers can't make a good story unless it's about kids being gay. Well, no, they can. They just choose not to. Pilot Ted says, give us an AO leaf. Or Oreo?
Oreo.
There you go.
I'm trying to, by the way, I'm trying to give my feet away for free here. I'm trying to find the
Please
picture.
don't. Nobody wants that.
No, there was the picture that I had of me raising after I hurt my foot. I had my foot up and I was giving everybody the middle
Oh,
finger.
I think I have a screenshot of that somewhere.
I'm sure you do.
Well, I'm the one who took a screenshot of it in the first place. I'd have to find
Harappa
it.
says, no, I get it. Leaflit got some debuffs when it comes to driving. Have you told your QT a QuickTime event driving experience on the show, Leaflit? Oh, what's going on with this?
I almost died. My tires blew out, and I almost went into like a drainage ditch.
That's fun.
But I hit the QTE, you know, and so I didn't die.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good.
Anyway, I'm trying to find your foot, but I guess I don't have it anymore.
I'm
Anyway,
obvious-
No Guard
I'm-
says no computers in my truck, so I can fix them myself.
I don't know
That's
how to
right.
respond to that, Leaflit, outside of I'm glad you're not dead.
Yes,
I made it, gamer.
Gamer moves.
we did
With
it.
my gamer skills, honestly, that did that. I feel like the reaction time, you know.
Mercenary says modern art is like Soviet era architecture, no soul. Joey for 5 says this whole Balkan woman thing sounds too good to be true. Does she have HIV? Is this a sex trafficking ring? Does she have a wiener? That escalated quickly, didn't it?
Wow.
Pyro says Jaguar became Aguar. I've been advised not to make that joke. Trinity says Leaflet existing is based erg gur.
Just
Burger?
saying, Blabs, I'm sorry. I tweeted that out, the Leaflit AI video here, and I just think it'd be really funny if when Leaflit and Kirsche and other VTuber friends come on the show, that we are VTubers also. I think it's really freaking funny.
I don't.
You don't want to be a VTuber, Blabs?
No.
Oh, it'd be so
Not
fun.
disrespecting people who are VTubers, of course. It's a personal opinion, but for me, I don't want to be a VTuber.
Oh, Blabs, we can make you whoever you want.
But I like being me.
Listen, stop with your self-confidence. All right.
I'm sorry.
Get your self-confidence out of here, right? Don't you want to be like, we put you on a Harry Potter outfit and stuff?
No, I'm good. If I want to dress up as Harry Potter, I can just do that any old day. I have all the outfits.
Do you have a wand, like your own wand and everything?
Personalized one? No, but I have a couple of like the ones from the movies.
Blabs, if I get a VTuber model made for you, I think I'm going to build into your contract that you have to. And it's going to be the funniest freaking thing in the world. It's going to be
It
so
comes with a
freaking
nice
funny.
raise too, right?
What? You don't even have to be on screen. You don't even have to get dressed up, right?
Just show up in my pajamas.
Just wake up, get in your pajamas, right? And just kind of, I guess that's how it works, huh?
So yeah, they're saying this is peer pressure. It is.
Absolutely. No,
I'm not for it.
When you say they, you mean the one guy in the chat that agrees.
This
with
is
you.
chat. Chat is the fourth person on the show, and they're
That's right.
saying peer pressure.
And the chat overwhelmingly wants to see you as a VTuber, Blabs.
That's nice. They
Just like
also
they-
yeah, no, definitely not. Okay, Saint for one says, do you think it was, oh no, it's Alex who pretended to be an Argentine artist to make the foot statue? He does like his feet. So maybe. Wasp for 10 said, just a heads up, don't confuse people of one Balkan nation for another. As a general rule, they hate each other. They had a massive ethnic cleansing genocide in the 90s when Yugoslavia split apart. Yeah, okay.
Oh, so
Rough?
maybe don't go over there.
I mean, you're not a Balkan, so why you should be okay.
I don't know
Anyway.
much about the region.
No, I know nothing. Evil Mandrake says, in accordance with our demon queen Iron Mouse's wishes, all will be VTuber, even you, Blabs. All will be assimilated. I do not bow down. Commodore Fan says, what are your thoughts on the Running Man remake? I see DEI bullshit, so I'll wait to stream it for free if it is at all. So tired of them messing with the classics.
So I saw did you see the Running Man trailer, Leaflit?
I did not.
Did you watch the original Running Man back from the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger? The whole, it's a game show where you pretty much have to survive you getting chased down. Do you remember that?
I'm gonna be real. I'm not really a movie person.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
so this is a classic Arnold movie. And I don't think it would make sense for us to watch it on the show because Blabs had never seen it before. But the remake, they just announced the trailer for it. It's about 2 minutes long. And the big sticking point is the old movie was built around criminals or people who they thought were criminals were put into a game show and they were hunted down and killed. Hence the Running Man. They're running away and they're trying to run.
I see.
Right? This new one is that they're living in this town and it's not one person that's running you down. It's not these individual killers. Everybody's trying to kill you and you have to survive for 30 days in order to win your freedom.
Oh man.
So yeah, it's an interesting take. You know, as I was watching it, I had a wide range of emotions as I was watching the trailer. I was like, I don't want to see this. Then I was like, I guess I can kind of forgive what's going on here. Then I was like, no, I don't want to see this. I kind of went back and forth as I was going through. So I don't know yet. I'm going to need to see a trailer number 2.
Never really been like super into. I'm too much of a weeb, you know.
If it doesn't have a anime figure in it, or if it doesn't have me as an anime VTuber, then it's just not even worth watching, is it? Just say.
Like I could play video games too, right? That's like another thing. Like, do I go out and go to the movies where there's like a lot of people there, or do I stay at home and play games? Kind of that kind of person.
Yeah.
You're a homebody.
Sort of, not completely, because I do like going out in the woods and foraging.
Foraging or foraging?
Foraging. Like I go out there and I pick mushrooms and then I come
Okay.
home and I
I was
cook
gonna
them.
say, man, she's a blacksmith in the forest. Like that's pretty cool. We need more blacksmiths out here. Why not?
I wish.
Anyway,
Zenix says, I'm updating my question from yesterday to Craig VTuber company when? Because I see where this is going. I need to learn about the VTuber business model. Is it like, do you like Leaflit? How does that, do you have any idea how that works? Like, do they just fund? Do they make the initial like models for you or what?
Initial investment in management, if you do that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm the owner of the company, so it's kind of a little bit different for me. But yeah, typically it's like, for instance, like our company's getting a new VTuber soon, and like we funded like because it's expensive to get like models done. Like a proper like live 2D model is gonna cost you like multiple thousands of dollars. So you have like that investment and the assets, right? You need like emotes, you need music, backgrounds, overlays, panels. Like there's so much stuff, and then you need like the marketing budget. So it's basically like you do all that, and then you just basically take a management cut, and then like you could do like like look for sponsorships for them, and then you take like a little bit off the top.
So like all in to make a VTuber. Let's just say, like, is your model considered 3D or 2D? It looks like a 3D model.
It's 2D actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. You
So
can do stuff like this.
yeah, look at that. Like they just popped right down on top of you. That's great. I was actually watching a video. You can make your eyes look all like red and stuff too. Wow. That's awesome. And you can turn, if you have the other slime model, can you just turn into that automatically? Or like,
Yeah, I'd have to switch it. I could.
Okay.
You want me to?
No, if you want to, it's up to you.
It probably won't be transparent because I don't have the filter.
Okay. That's fine. Whatever. But I don't know. This whole world is like, it's amazing to me. And when it comes to, like, let's just say a 2D model, all the background stuff, was this like 10 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand to get going on this?
Well, you can start, like, it doesn't have to be expensive, right? You can start kind of smaller, and you can do like a Vroid like 3D model. Those are significantly cheaper. Those are gonna run you like maybe 200 to 1,000, depending on who you get it from. Custom 3D models probably be like another, maybe like 3,000 to 4,000. It could get really high though if you get like a really detailed one. Live 2D, the problem with live 2D right now, like, which is like, this is a 2D model that's like animated, is that there's not that many people that can do it. So the demand is significantly higher than the supply. So people can charge a lot for it. It's also really hard. It's a lot of like busy work, like a lot of like kind of, it's time consuming basically to do it. And it'll probably run you like, maybe you get the art for like 500 to 1,000, and you have to have like a cut up piece of art, and then the rigging will probably could cost you anywhere from 2 to 10,000.
Wow.
And that's just for the model, right? And then if you wanted like accessories, like you wanted like the helmet, or the nun outfit, or like the shield and stuff, it's gonna cost you like more for each of those things as well.
That's amazing. Wow, what a crazy world. I'm gonna need to dig into this a little more with y'all, because I'm
Hit me up
fascinated
if you
by
ever
it.
need to.
I am. I mean, I'm gonna DM you
Yeah.
later. I'm gonna say, yeah. I'm gonna be a part of your company, just so you know. You're gonna we're gonna launch my VTuber model with Leaflit's company. Aramis says Craig just becoming a Pokemon trainer, but with VTubers, his company, a subsidiary of Side Scrollers for the market. Thank you, Aramis. Emmanuel says Sakana is the CEO of Phase Connect and might be open to an interview. Use your Craig contacts. All right, Blabs, look it up. See if we can make that happen. Let's go.
I'm not your contacts.
No. But Blabs is gonna do a little digging. See if we can just write it down there. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Mercenary says Mama Oko's maneuver is Raging Bull. Talk to him. Oh, just manager is Raging Bull. Thank you very much, Mercenary. Vito says Drop Dead. I don't do requests. Craig, if you don't get that reference, I'm subbing. Drop Dead. I don't. Thank you, Vito. Appreciate your support. I get it. NVIDIA's
-1
produces.
subscriber.
The market is oversaturated with female VTuber models. Be a Texas normal man VTuber. You'll thank us all later. Thank you, Insidious. Messasona says the camera's been on the whole time. Spider Bro says if you don't know, Saba just hit 1 million subs. Oh my God. Spider Bro says Craig and Blabs are gone for a week. Time for Kirsche and Leaflit to take over. Oh, that'd be awesome. Massive Doge says, has Leaflit ever eaten guinea pig?
I've never had that. No, I'd eat it though. I heard it's popular. What was it? Is it Peruvian or?
Yeah,
It's Peruvian that they eat that.
I think Gary from Nerdrotic actually had guinea pig when they went down to South America recently. So sounds delicious.
I'd eat it.
Dave says, be quiet, Meg. I am Warwolf says, a lot of people complain about Gacha because it has anime characters, but will buy the yearly Call of Duty and NBA release. That's right. Hellsaber says, there is VTubers. There's V cards, I assume, for VTubers. Maybe one day we'll get some side-scroller shiny cards. Let's go. Thank you, Hellsaber. Ruddy says, holy simping Batman. Blabs looks like an Italian girl from the old country today.
Thank
All
you.
right, ready? Megatron says, Alligator Auschwitz Craig.
Jesus.
Now get some croc and listen. Thank you very much, Megatron. Video Man says might as well have a VTuber baseball league and call it VTuber Major League Baseball. Nice, Video Man. Daniel says for context of the cost, something like 25 VTuber companies folded in 2024, several more in 2025. Wow. Mercenary says, yeah, you got rehired for below minimum wage, Blabs. Thank you, Mercenary.
Oh, that's legal.
And the Iron Tiger used their Prime sub over on Twitch. Love to see that. Oh my gosh. And Hayden came in, says, I told you guys, VTubing is the future. I'm glad you guys have the curiosity to look further into it. I'm happy to have played my part in introducing VTubers to another corner of the internet. Yeah, Hayden, legitimately, you have been a big part of this. And we appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support, Hayden. It's goes beyond appreciated. Game Hunter says, for concept art, Blabs is a mix of knight/witch. Go crazy, internet. Pete says, what's the weirdest animal y'all would eat?
The weirdest? I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah, dolphin? I'd kill a dolphin. I'd kill a dolphin. I'd eat
That's
it.
like it clipped.
Yeah.
Peter's gonna come after you now.
I'd do it. I'd kill a dolphin. Yeah, for
All
sure.
right.
Yeah,
I'd eat it. I'd eat it.
straight up knife
It's
straight to
like
that
those
dolphin heart.
dirty little animal, little ocean creatures. No, fuck them, right? Crocodile?
That's not that weird.
I've
Yeah,
had
but-
that.
I don't really know what else I could really go for wild. I don't really want to try the crazy stuff, you know? You know what? I'm going to say escargot, like the snails.
The snails, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaflit, good news. A tweet's popping off. People are very intrigued about what's happening over here. And I do want to thank you for the next career move here. Blabs, we're packing it up. We're packing up side scrollers. Screw everything that we have going on over here. We're packing it up, and I'm just going to be a lolly VTuber over here. And,
Don't ever say that. Anyway,
Rachel-
a marmalin for
What?
10 says
What?
Craig just wants to kill and eat a dolphin because he'd used it to spout more hate against Echo the Dolphin game from Sega.
maybe that's where it all stems from, is my
Yeah,
total,
fuck that dolphin.
total hate for Echo the Dolphin on the Sega Genesis. All right. Hey, speaking of the Sega Genesis, is it Tuesday next week, Blabs, that I'm going to be playing with Salty?
Yes, Tuesday, the 8th of July.
Okay, just a
At
heads
3
up.
p.m., 4 p.m. Central Time.
Okay, so 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern, me and Salty Cracker are going to be playing some games for free over on Side Scrollers Plus. This is going to be available for everybody. So head over to Side Scrollers Plus, make an account. You'll only be able to watch if you make an account. So join us over there. It is not just for Plus members; it's literally for everybody. You just got to make an account. That'll be on Tuesday of next week. Now, remember, we have no shows next week because we're going on our 1 week summer break, right? So it's going to be up to you guys to remember these things. So Salty Cracker and me playing games Tuesday on Side Scrollers Plus, but it'll be for everybody. Okay, everybody got it? Because once again, next week we're going on summer break starting this Friday, July 4th through the 11th. We're going to take a week off and return the following Monday. Look forward to that. And also, speaking of this Thursday, it's going to be big. The Side Scroller Super Sexy Summer Sumathon. Say it 14 times, Blabs. Go.
Wait, 14 times? Side
Just one.
Scroller Super Sexy Subathon, Side Scroller Super Sexy Subathon, Side Scroller Super Sexy Subathon, Side Scroller... No, I'm not doing that.
All right, it's time to go. Leaflit, tell everybody where they can find you.
Twitch.tv/Leaflit or on kick.com/Leaflit. And I guess rpg.angelsword.com is the big thing right now. Trying to push my tabletop RPG. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, and like Dungeons and Dragons has gone pretty woke. So if you want something that's not woke, then yeah, rpg.angelsword.com.
I've heard a lot of great things about this. This rpg.angelsword.com. I've heard a lot of good things. Maybe people should go over there and check it out.
Yeah, a lot of people do like it that play it though. We have a pretty dedicated player base. The game is a little bit advanced though. It's kind of a little bit hard if you're it's a little bit more gamer, you know.
Okay.
Mm.
I just looked at your Kick account over here, and I see that you have 1,700 followers over here.
Yeah, I just started over there.
Congratulations! If everybody could head over there, and we need to catch up right over here and hit the follow button.
I gotta add you guys on there too.
Yeah. We're glad you guys have hopped in. Thank you guys very much for showing up, being a part of our day. We'll be back again tomorrow on Hump Day. Who's joining us tomorrow, Blabs?
Cecil from Good Bad Flicks.
Oh, it's going to be a great one. Cecil's always a great guest. Look forward to seeing you guys then. Give it up for Leaflit. Go follow her over on Kick and over on Twitch. You guys have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.